Laredo, take us out.
Take her out.
All right! Yeah! Blast off! Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Geek out! Buzz live where the nerdiness will thrive. Buckle up and let's go off-world. Toys, comics, pop culture news, movies, and so much more. Matthew, Jesse, Curtis, and Sean are your
And
guides
Joe.
on this Minefield tour. Blast off! Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go off-world tonight.
Woo-hoo. We are back. We're back. Better than ever. It's 1.0. You wouldn't know it because Dooch and Jesse aren't here. But it's supposed to be 1.0. We've got the new song updated by Jeremy. Did a great job adding Joe's name in there.
He did an amazing impression of Curtis Ackerman.
Yeah. He did a fantastic job. So welcome, Joe. How you feeling tonight?
Fantastic. Kick the tires and light the fires. It's time to
is.
go off-world.
There it is. You were on Legion's Ladies yesterday. For anybody
Yes,
that
sir.
didn't see, any other shows you've been? You do a lot of shows, and then you don't tell me that you're going to be on them. So then I just got to hope that I'm already watching it anyway. Any other shows this week?
I've been on a bunch of shows, right? I don't even know. It's been kind of a blur since I've been back from
Last week was
Legion's
Punk Toys. Then you had
Punk with Toys.
Obviously Oz's Clubhouse.
Yeah. Was I on Brick Something's News also? I think I was.
Yeah,
after
the opposite
Legion's
us.
gone.
Yep, because I was mad. You were supposed to be on the lounge, but then Trevor wasn't feeling up.
Wasn't feeling well. So that's been rescheduled for this upcoming Monday. I will be there unless, something doesn't happen again. But
I thought for a minute there, I thought maybe you were trying to run a gauntlet, but
no, sir.
Luckily Trevor broke that up by being sick. So yeah,
I don't run at my age, so
I may have paid.
You don't
Trevor
have to
off
worry.
Be sick. Just
Right. How much did that cost you?
So we don't have Dooch, we don't have Jesse. They're supposed to be here. We moved it back an hour so that they could be here. I don't know.
They'll probably be here.
Yeah, Dooch was doing something with his kids or something. I don't know. And then Jesse had a D&D. It's not a D&D night. It's not a 2.0 D&D night, but they missed it last week, and so they were doing like a makeup session or something, but it wasn't supposed to be as long. So he was supposed to still be here, but we don't know when. I don't know. So
yeah, I wasn't aware of that, but that makes sense.
He should be here soon. But we do have somebody with us.
We do.
Yeah. And it's the somebody that we have with it. It's their birthday weekend. Yeah.
All right.
Yep, we got birthday boy in the house, and new member of My Wife Is More Popular Than Me support group, Jeffrey Evans. What's up, Jeff?
What's up, guys?
How you doing,
Happy
sir?
Friday.
Yeah?
Yeah. I did nothing today. I always take the day off before my birthday.
Yeah.
And I literally just laid on the couch and watched Disney Plus all day. Awesome.
Now, was it because you were pouting that Liz was on a Mythic show last night and you weren't? Is that what happened?
No, she did a fantastic job with that. I mean, I set her all up and she blew it out of the park.
Did you hear that? I set her up. Like he's still somehow taking credit for it.
Just like Curtis does.
No, she was awesome. Last night's show was great. Legion's Ladies, if you haven't already subscribed to them, subscribe. If you're watching this, you probably have, because they got way more subscribers than we do. But they hit the 500 subscribers. They had a great night in super chats. Had over $100 in super chats. bunch of guests on. Robo was on. We had Mira and Liz and Joe, and then obviously Jeremy. They had a really great show. So yeah, check that out if you haven't already. Even if it's just to watch Liz and then make fun of Jeff that she was on a Mythic show and he wasn't. So
yeah, that's acceptable.
She could be on all the Mythics
Yeah.
shows, but when it comes to a cosmic show,
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh.
I mean, you're the only one with a cosmic, so you would have to invite her and then not show up in order for her to be on and not you. So
maybe I show her the ropes and she takes the days that I can't do it.
just like, all right, well, welcome to Cosmic Contact. Bye. And he just leaves. Yeah. Let's see how good you are now, Liz. Run this thing by yourself. What do you know about cosmics? So awesome. Let's see. Last week was a great show. We had a bunch of folks on talking about Legions Con. Sunday, man, I had a blast Sunday. We had the couples on Shooting the Shelf. It was all the couples surrounding, and then Jesse in the center square, the Alf spot, so to speak. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, just a really good time.
What was the name of the maid in the Brady Bunch?
Alice. Yeah, he was playing Alice.
He was in the Alice spot.
Yeah. And then the next thing on my horizon as a Midwestern guy, the next thing on my horizon is MesquiCon. See it March 22nd. Already hearing some big names that are going to be showing up. We've had a lot of names in the past, like, Stephen Bisciotti's there every year. Obviously, he lives there. But you've had Eric Miller the last couple of years. Alexander Deshaw is doing his stuff. You got Dusty Standiford. You got the Lins there. Frank Lira was there with a bunch of amazing customs last year. And then, this year I've heard, I know Dirk's interested in going. I've heard Noah may be there. This thing over the last 2 years has grown. It doubled in size each of the last 2 years. So as far as the mythic part of it goes, so if that does that again, this thing's going to be huge. They had a mythic meetup last year, the Friday before, and that's where they revealed the photo book that they were doing. So, I would imagine there's going to be some sort of reveal there again. That's not a guarantee, but just kind of the tradition kind of things that they do. I would imagine they're going to reveal something. So it'll definitely be a place to be. Plus, it's just a great time, man. Like it's I call it Legions Con Light. It's like the same environment, the same kind of the friendships and the conversations and all that, but it's just a one-day show. You have a little bit more time to just kind of hang out with people and enjoy each other's company and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of fun. And one guy that I'm hoping will be there, who's also in the Midwest, is the one Matthew Dooch.
Woo.
What's up, boys? Happy birthday, Jeffrey.
You gonna make it to MesquiCon?
I'm sure hoping. Do we have a date yet? I know
March 22nd.
22nd. So
yeah, the Mythic meetup will be on the 21st, the Friday, and then the show will be on the 22nd. So
we should see promotions starting about March 18th, 19th. That's
it's interesting that you say that, because I have been every single show that I'm on, and trust me, I'm on a lot of shows. None of them are mine, but I invade a lot of shows. And every one, I'm hitting people up. You going to MesquiCon? You go to MesquiCon? I'm trying to get people to commit. I am doing more promoting than Pete McCarthy, and it's his show. Much so that I've reached out to Pete McCarthy to say, hey, if there's anything I can do to help with, let me know, which of course he just ignores.
No.
And then I've got people.
I got plans.
I've got people that have reached out to him because they're trying to get a table, and he just leaves them on red. It's like, but yeah, I would say, since the show is on the 22nd of March, I would say about March 18th, he'll really start kind of pushing it. And by that, I mean, he'll be on one local news station.
Right. Maybe he'll reach out to his vendors on that day, like, hey, are you coming down?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm kind of also wondering the same thing about PowerCon right now. Like, they put out some 2025 teasers, but like no date or place, or like even the vendors are saying like that have been to that, they haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I mean,
I know that's usually not till like August, but still, like you think you by.
I mean, by this
now
time
you'd
last
have
year, they had already announced that they were not having a 24.
Right.
And it was because they couldn't get the date they wanted.
Right. So you'd think by now, if they know 25's a go, they should have date and they should have at least be reaching out to vendors.
See, now you're extrapolating the same way I am. It's like,
right.
If by this time last year you said that you had to fight for the date and you couldn't get it, and so that's why you had to not do it, and now this time this year we haven't heard anything, there's no date. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But that's all right because I can only budget to go to 2 shows a year anyway, and MesquiCon is definitely the one I want to go to.
And Carvar says if there's no PowerCon, he's going to do something in Columbus. So look
cool.
out for CarvarCon. So
yeah, it'll just be all like torches and lamps and all that kind of stuff. It'll
just rent a building and burn it down. Yeah,
it'll still be the most fun thing to do in Ohio that weekend.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's
Ohio.
They'll get a band like 311 there and just put on a light show, and then he'll be selling torches out front. Yeah.
I love it.
Listen, I hear PowerCon is a blast, and I'm sure it is. But it's also a fairly big toy show with a lot of stuff, and I don't really care about the toy show part of it. Like I want the people part of it, and that's why I like MesquiCon so much. I mean, there is plenty of stuff to do. There's plenty of stuff to see, and there's a lot of mythic folks there. But it's you have time to do the stuff with the people and hang out. And so, I don't know. It's cool. So,
yeah. And it's like, if you're into that, if you're into those like flea market toy shows, like absolutely for the new PowerCon, I still lament the old PowerCon with the real folks. I love getting to sit down with the creators, the writers, the animator, like all these guys that worked on the brand. Like that's why I went to PowerCon. And so without that piece there for me, it's just like, it's an easy pass, but
yeah, I could see that. The other thing is that with them not doing one last year, like I was already saying last year, you lose the momentum. Like you had been building
for sure.
I mean, you did this stuff in California for years, and then you stopped doing that. You moved to Ohio, and then people are like, okay, you're moving to Ohio, which is kind of a weird place to have a kind of global con.
Yeah.
And then they announced that it's not going to be really just He-Man. It's going to be other stuff too. So it's like, okay, what is this thing going to be?
Right.
You build that up for 2 years and get it going pretty good.
Yeah. They had from all accounts, they had a huge turnout last year.
Yeah. And so, now granted, I hear, the 2 years in Ohio that the biggest line was definitely for the Horsemen. So they definitely were the draw there.
Oh, for sure.
But then you don't have one, you lose that momentum. And now you're going into this next year and you haven't announced any dates yet. And I got to think that some of those vendors, 2 things. Number one, without a date, they're probably starting to plan other shows.
Right? For sure.
There are other shows that have dates already ready to go. And the other thing is that I think there's probably some pause on their end. Like how many people are going to be in there? How much business am I going to do? Is it going to be as good as it was the year before? And is it going to be worth what it cost me to get a table there? So
exactly.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I still think it was a really dumb move not to have it last year. Even if you couldn't get that date, you get another date. Yeah,
close to something like
whatever. Yeah,
it's weird.
I mean, I personally don't like the date anyway, because I feel like it's a little too close to Legion's Con. I know it's like 3 months away, but it's, I would rather, since I'm only going to go 2 shows a year, I want them to be a little bit more spaced apart. So,
well, and for me, it's like my wife works for the school system. Obviously, my kids are still in school, and Pop Warner football is starting up beginning of August. So that's like the start of the busy time is that first bit of August. So it's like,
Dooch the minivan parent.
For sure. Yeah, I'm a fucking Honda Odyssey, dude. It rocks. But yeah, it just is one of those things. It's like where that's probably the startup is always the most stressful part, and so It's one of those shows. If it was in my back, if I lived in Columbus or like an hour away, it'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Like to go. But it's not a draw to make me try and set up watching my kids, getting them rides and vacation and all that.
I think it's more the time for me. I think if it was end of May, beginning of June, to where it's like basically like that 6-month period out from Legion's Con, I'd be like, okay, definitely that's the one. I would even skip Mesquite Con and probably go to it at least once to try it out and see what it's like.
Sure.
But mid to late August, even if they do it, I just don't know that I can swing that. So, I mean, at that point, I'm in, as a customizer, I'm in the final push of trying to finish up customs. I'm trying to make sure that I'm saving up for exclusives and, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, August is just not a great time. So
agreed.
And Joe doesn't ever go to cons, so we don't have to worry about him.
Only Legion's Con.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting though? Before I left for Legion's Con, I was getting my swigs together, and there was one swig that I couldn't find. Had a cape that I had bought for it and stuff, and I looked everywhere and I couldn't find him, and I just found him. He's in Snake Mountain. That's what I was looking at. I was like, son of a gun.
See, told you, those fucking snake men, man. They'll get you. Yeah, they'll get you. They ruin everything.
So, Curtis, it's funny that you say
my missing
May.
swig.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say May because Ish changed IshCon from August to May.
I saw that.
I don't know if he has some insider information of what's going on in August, but he did move it to that 6 month ahead of Legion's Con.
That's probably was the same kind of logic as Curtis was saying. Honestly, it'll make it a lot easier on people. And
well, I guess we should probably get to pickups. I know Joe was mentioning that he had something arrive right before the show. So
yeah, like 10 minutes before we went live.
So we will go ahead and start with Joe. Let's pull him over and embiggen him.
I've only got one thing, but it's something I'm excited about, and I have Jeff to thank for it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Ooh,
I
nice.
got my Fallout Red Rocket. I had actually missed the pre-order window because it sold out faster than I expected. I was really bummed about it. And then Jeff just jumped in the group chat and was like, hey, it's back up. And I jumped on there and ordered it. And bam, there it is.
Red Rocket.
Here we go again. I did get my Red Rocket. So the Fallout Mega Bloks Red Rocket. I'm pretty excited about this. Really excited about it because I collect Mega Bloks Halo. I actually have every set that they've ever done for Halo. And then Fallout's like one of my favorite properties ever.
So question with that. Like, do you put those together? And if so, well, let's start with that. Do you put them together?
They're like Legos.
And then when you do, like, do you keep them somewhere, or do you just then take them apart and put them back in the box? Like, do you have these things displayed somewhere and
well,
like space?
I wouldn't call it I wouldn't call it displayed. I have like a storage room, and they're all currently piled on like a fold out table, like stacked.
But they are out somewhere where if you wanted to go see them, they're like together.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're not displayed. They were where my Legions are now, because I started collecting these, I believe, in like 2009 or 2012 is when the Halo Mega Bloks line started.
Yeah, somewhere.
And I had those displayed. And then as I got into Legions later on, Legions kind of surpassed those. So they went into a back room and Legions took over the display space. So until my kids move out, they're going to stay in that room. But once my kids are gone, then they'll all be on display.
Yeah, I asked because I've never I don't know. I've never really known a collector of Mega Bloks or Lego. Like,
Mega Bloks are amazing.
I mean, I could definitely see myself at some point seeing a set that really speaks to me and go, oh, I really like that set and wanted to have it on display. But like you said, I've gotten all the Halo, I've got all the this and that. And it's like, man, those things take up some room. And like, do you just You just leave them out? Do you open them, put them together, put them back in the box? Do you leave them in the box and just look at the box?
No, I leave them together because Mega Bloks builds are very complex builds. So it's not something like that you're going to throw together in half an hour. Like
it's not a puzzle where you're going to redo it multiple times.
Right. You know, and I even have some of the I forget what they called them, but they would do back in the beginning of the line. They'd have like once a year they'd do these massive sets.
Yeah,
they were just like a giant build, and I've done those before too, and it's like you're never taking that apart. Like I spent like 24 hours literally building this thing. I'm not taking it apart. The kids don't get to touch it, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I just have them sitting on a table kind of piled up right now. I'd love to just like display them. I just don't have the room for it right now. So
yeah,
I mean, maybe if you pick up that shelf that fell, maybe you can put them on that.
That little tiny shelf would not hold those things. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all the He-Man sets from Mega Bloks. But I have, except for the Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain, because although those are on Amazon Prime deals right now for a really good price.
Right. Interesting.
All
right.
Yeah, they're fun. And I love Mega Bloks figures a hell of a lot more than Lego minifigures. Like they actually are like little action figures. And stuff.
Like a 2-inch action figure.
Yeah.
They're fully articulated and everything. They're pretty neat.
Yeah, they're great.
Gotcha. Well, we'll throw Jeff up here. Jeff, you want to show us what Liz got this week?
Nothing, because this is my birthday.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Thanks to El Spooky Zorro, Rob Zamora.
My favorite Zamora. Yeah.
He's everybody's favorite Zamora. He's quite the hunter, like toy hunter in California, Southern California. And so I throw like random stuff at him and he finds it in like a day or two. This has been a project I've been working on like all year because Target loves to do these Build-A-Figures that take all year round to do. And so I finally got the last piece of the puzzle for my metal Bato.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
So,
I've seen Kent. I watch a lot of Kent's videos, and he's seen a bunch of those lately. So
yeah. So this is the last 4 of 4 piece to make metal Bato, which is a mix between Roboto and Metalhead.
Yep.
Cool.
Very nice.
Right on. Well, happy birthday.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was great birthday present today. It came right in today.
Awesome. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for now.
Man, I hope you get some more for your birthday. Just one thing. Holy shit!
I kind of bought it all at Legion's Con.
Oh, okay.
And put in pre-orders.
We'll hit the Dooch then. Dooch, what you got for us?
So I've actually got a couple things. See, I take a month off, and I've actually got stuff to show. So for those of you who have watched OffWorld before, I can't remember exactly which episode it was, and I don't know wherever that crappy figure went, but I bought that crappy cheap Red Ranger figure from Hasbro.
Not Red Rocket.
Not Red Rocket, the Red Power Ranger. Very no articulation, basically, very cheap, very
you weren't very happy with it, but it was
it didn't scratch the itch even with the price. Like I do have his sword here still. I think the cat must have taken off with him, but like a plain white sword. So I mentioned on the show that I was looking for the Lightning collection, and Dylan reached out that night. And we made a deal for a bundle for all 6 of the Lightning Collection Power Rangers. So I got,
nice.
All the Pink Rangers over in the Cosmic display.
You had to give them secrets about Jesse. Is that what the deal was?
I sent him those pictures.
Gotcha.
But like right here, even with he's got the lightning effect on it. But like here's the difference in like
slight difference.
Just a little bit there.
Yeah.
But not only that, but Dylan was amazingly awesome. He gave me all 6 Rangers, their weapons, and he threw in a Goldar and a Lord Zed on top of it.
Very nice.
So, that Dylan's a hell of a guy.
Not only that, but if you see his hair flip, man, I tell you what, it's crazy.
Ooh, takes
So
your breath away.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I got to clear a shelf out for them behind me. And then I got my nice little Power Rangers display. I'll probably put it the shelf above my Turtles Super 7 figures. So
Beautiful.
just nice little corners of some other properties. And then I did get a box this week from the one and only C. Ackerman. So let's see what. So Curtis is an amazing person.
That first Red Ranger, was that a Lightning collection or was that Super 7 or?
No, it was still Hasbro, but it was their like $5 ones that like come in the box, and it was just like it's like their value line. So he might pop up. I might find him somewhere here. But Curtis is an amazing dude for all the shit I give him, and I do love giving him shit. But he did grab Ninian Infantry. Ninian? I'm probably not saying that right.
I don't know.
Badass Snake Man, who I was really bummed about that, like, you know, last year I made it to Legion's Con, and they had the Valiant Knight, which was cool, but Knights aren't my favorite. And then this year they whip out this guy when I'm unable to make it. But Curtis was cool enough to hook me up. Can't wait to bust him out.
Yeah, I'm sorry you weren't able to see them whip out their snake.
I wish. I know Sean got to see Jesse's snake, so I'm really jealous of that. And it looks like I've also got some Curtis faces to stick wherever I please.
Very nice. Yeah. I think one of them might have Darl on it too. You just have to X me out.
Exactly. And some pins. And a little Art by Ackerman pin.
I will tell you, you got the last shooting the shelf pin I had.
Nice.
I had to re-up. So
I love
it.
it.
If anybody gets anything from me in the next few weeks, you're not gonna get a shooting the shelf pin because I'm out. So
sucks to be you guys. But thank you, Curtis. It really does mean a lot to me. And
no problem.
I'll still keep giving you shit though, because that's how we do it.
Yeah, that's exactly how we do it. All right. I'm gonna show one thing first, but I'm gonna show it in fast motion.
Whip it out. Oh yeah, baby.
That's all you get.
That's all I need.
You get. If you want to see more, you need to tune in to Legends of Grayskull. There's going to be a one shot that Dooch is going to release at some point. It is called, I'll tell you right now, it's called The War Whale, and we'll do a little review on it. So if you want to see more, tune into that. If you want to find out what I'm going to do with it, tune into that. But also got Cyborg from McFarlane. I've been waiting. I've got like a McFarlane kind of Justice League that I've put together that is all the characters that I had from the Superpowers line when I was a kid. And this was really the one I was missing. I had a stand-in from the DC Direct line, but they're a lot smaller, so it looked kind of weird. But yeah, this will fit in nicely. I'm they put out several of the movie cyborgs, which I couldn't stand, so I'm glad to get kind of a more comic style cyborg.
Nice.
Thing's awesome. I did show this I think on Saturday Day Live last week, but just for those that may not have seen it, for a while now I've had the Mezco Donatello. Obviously Donatello is the best. It's known by everybody that he's the best.
I'm sorry, you said Raphael wrong.
No, I said Donatello. But because that Mezco is so awesome, I knew I had to get the other ones. And thank goodness Dorklair, Bill Dranowski, came through. He was getting rid of a set that he had, and he actually sold the Donatello online so that he could sell me the other three, which was awesome. So I really appreciate it.
Well, yeah.
So there is my Leonardo. And then got a fun little Mikey. I like all the different stuff they got with it. And got the little cassette deck, the pizza, got the skateboard. Then we've got the not quite as cool as Donatello Raphael.
Yeah, baby.
So, and then of course,
Asher trench coat. How can you go wrong?
I couldn't bring out the turtles without, showing you Casey's hog again. So
nice.
There it is. Yeah, look at that hog action on the side.
Gaspar sausages.
Yeah. So if you bought one of these Casey Jones and you didn't kind of hog it up, let me
doing
know.
it wrong.
I will let you know how to make him more kind of accurate. So
Curtis is a
How
natural
to win April
fluffer.
over.
yeah. So there you go. So I think my Mezco is going to stop at that. Is just going to be the 4 turtles and Casey Jones with his hog. So
You don't feel like you need a villain for them to like square off against?
no, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
Yeah,
here.
I was gonna say April, to admire Casey's hog. So
He hates
No.
women though.
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
You're getting the 5 points Batman set. Right?
Joe, no, it is not a sock. It is a very technical customizing thing that I did where I had taken a bit of Kleenex and rolled it up into a hog shape and then put some tape around it and then shove that down in there. So I know that's very technical, but you're a customizer. You probably get it.
A tissue paper hog.
Yeah. But Jeff, yes, I did order the Mezco 5 points Batman 89. I just mean like the regular the 112 stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, specifically the turtles. So I mean they could come out with something else that I really need, but I'm not the biggest Turtles fan in the world, but this set is just too cool not to have. So and I do have something else to show. These guys already kind of saw this, but for those of you that haven't, because I did have some other stuff come in this week, because I'm building a new customizing studio, because the best gift that I got is one of my kids moved out of the freaking house. And so now I've got a room and I'm able to, instead of just customizing in my living room on a TV tray, I'm actually able to set up a room for painting, and kind of here is where we're at. We're still in progress, but here's where we're at so far.
Okay, so very much still a work in progress, but here's where we're at. So I've got a desk here. As you walk in, I've got my parts. So that's all like miscellaneous arms, legs, torsos, whatever. Wardrobe empty right now, but I'm going to fill this up with the base figures that I've got in the garage so that I can customize. DTOF number 1. Buddy's gonna move. He's probably gonna be, I don't know, out in front somewhere. So right here is going to
Who's
be
a good boy? Who's a good boy?
That I will set up my photo box as well as some diodes just to do some pictures when I'm done with customs. DTOF number 2. Both DTOFs should be mostly for customs going to Legion's Con. Wonderful 1-of-1 artwork from Richard Jones. Private message from Dirk. And then as you get to the desk, I've got my heat gun, air compressor for the airbrush station. I have my respirator. I'm gonna put some other stuff in here like flow improver, cleaner, the airbrushes itself, the guns. Got the desk. This area here probably have like paints and stuff. And then over here is where I'll have my wet palette. I've got my magnifying arm, which this lights up. And then also remote control, so I can change the lights under here to more of just a regular white. Same thing with the DTOFs. Can change the colors on those as well. So that's what I've got so far. Still work to do, but I mean, it's coming along. So
there you go.
Very nice, Curtis. Very nice.
Yep. So that's where we're at. So I think tomorrow the table where Buddy was at, the table should be in for back there. So I'll have my photo box and stuff there for photos back there. And then I've got like a dresser. It's kind of like a dresser with drawers with some of my other supplies and stuff that I'll move upstairs. But after that, it should be pretty much ready to go. I can start working up there, which would be nice. So
right on.
Really appreciate Trevor's help with the lighting tips. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that, but yeah, the DTOF lighting and everything, that was appreciate his help on that. I think that looked really good, and it's right next to where I'm going to do my photos, so I think all of that, ambient, blue light coming from the DTOFs will really help make it look more professional. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, and like Joe said, blue light, 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 blue light. So, yeah, so I'm just excited. I'm ready to get back to work on that stuff. And all right, well, that's pickups. Well, and we didn't have a show topic. Dooch said we were going to wing it, so I'm hoping that means he's got a plan. If not,
I got a couple things to bring up, but yeah, I just kind of figured it'd mostly be a little like, we'll see where the night takes us.
Okay.
If you want to do this week in theater, or not this week in theaters, but
you can do whatever you want.
Transmissions or what? I can't remember the things now. It's been so long.
Yeah, we can do this week in theaters.
Yeah, why don't we go there?
Yeah,
it's just been a while since we've done it, so
right.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get the random number generator up there. So for those of you maybe joining us for the first time doing this, this is where we time travel back in time, and we land on a year in the week that we're in now, and we go into the theater and we can see any of the top 10 movies that are in the theater that week, and we got to pick which one we are going to see. And let me share my screen. All right. Random number generators up. We've got the years 1982 to 2010. And here we go. We landed on 2000.
I was alive for this one.
Good. So here we go.
Dang whippersnappers.
November of 2000.
2000. We're looking at No Brewery 22nd. All right, here's what we got. Number one at the box office.
Of course.
We have got How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is the Jim Carrey version. On the outskirts of Whoville lives Green, revenge-seeking Grinch who plans to ruin Christmas for all its citizens of the town. Next, we've got Rugrats in Paris. While on family vacation in Paris, the Rugrats attempt to help Chucky find a new mom while stopping his dad from marrying a conniving businesswoman who hates kids. Their parents get divorced? I didn't realize that.
Chucky's mom was dead for the whole series.
Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, find a new mom. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Chucky was the little redhead boy, the best friend of Tommy.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can see how much Rugrats I watched. Mysteries of Egypt is number 3. Egypt is and ever was a place of mystery. Many rumors spread around the Great Pyramids of Giza. Here, an old Egyptian is asked by his granddaughter about those mysteries, which we all heard in one way or the other.
That is a National Geographic documentary. Is number 3. Oh, because it was an IMAX.
IMAX, yeah.
And IMAX was new right then, and they only show. Yeah.
Yeah, but it it raked in the dough that week. So, next we've got Charlie's Angels. 3 private investigators are assigned to track down a kidnapped software engineer, but the case isn't as straightforward as it seems.
Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore, and Cameron Diaz?
I think so. Next, we've got The Sixth Day. A man meets a clone of himself and stumbles into a grand conspiracy about clones taking over the world. That looks like Arnold.
That is.
Yeah.
Or Brad Jones, one of the two. Next, we have Bounce. Man switches plane tickets with another man who dies in that plane crash. In that plane in a crash. Wait, let's try that again. Man switches plane tickets with another man who dies in that plane in a crash. That is worded really weird. The man falls in love with the deceased one's wife. That's really fucked up. Next, we have Unbreakable. Man learns something extraordinary about himself after a devastating accident. We have got Men of Honor. Carl Brashear is an ambitious sharecropper who joins the U.S. Navy to become the world's first black master diver. But as he works through the diving training, the racist Master Chief sets out to make Carl's journey as difficult as possible. Damn Master Chief. Next, we have Little Nicky. Can't believe
Yes.
After two of the devil's three sons escape hell to wreak havoc on Earth, the devil must send his third son, mild-mannered Nicky, to bring them back before it's too late. Gosh,
Adam Sandler greatness.
Just terrible. And last, we've got Meet the Parents.
Oh,
Chicago male nurse and chronic underachiever Greg Fokker meets his charming teacher girlfriend Pam Burns' parents, Jack and Dina, before proposing. But suspicious Jack is an overprotective former CIA agent. Holy cow. Every date's worst nightmare. So there we go. Those are the 10 at the theater. And we are starting at the bottom. We got Joe. Joe, what are you saying?
This is actually a pretty good one. We've had some craptacular lists, but I like this one.
Before you pick, I just want to let you know that Jesse did jump in to correct Dooch because that's what he does, and says IMAX was not new. So
newer. I mean, what are we talking? Maybe a couple of years at that point.
I'm just saying.
And my point, well, I didn't go into a big long-winded thing because Curtis kept going, but my point was like that was back when IMAX was really doing a lot of the National Geographic and the Planet Earth, and like as opposed to big movies, or like theatrical releases was my point, Jesse. But I don't think it would. Maybe 98 at the earliest, unless that was just my area and Jesse.
I don't know the history of IMAX, so I can't.
Unless Jesse was in Europe at that time and they've had it since like 91.
What I can tell you is the third highest grossing, and it had been out for 118 weeks. That's pretty high. That's pretty. I mean, you got all of these big budget films that That's what I'm saying, because it was one of those that IMAX just showed forever because that's what IMAX did back then. And Jesse, if you want to comment, get in the freaking line here. This thing's been out for over 2 years, and it's still outgrossing all these other things. So, yeah, I mean, IMAX was big business back then. IMAX became popular in 1998 with the film Everest. Then in 2000, the first theatrical IMAX was Disney's Fantasia. I'm going to give the points to Dooch. I think 2 years is still pretty new. Thank you. The points go to Dooch. I love you, Jesse. Come on in. The water's fine.
Joe, what's he doing? Why is he in just the chat? Come on.
He's on his way home. He had a short D&D session. He's on his way home. He'll be here. So he's got a life unlike the rest of us. Yeah. All right, Joe. What do you got?
So it's a solid list. I actually had forgotten about The Sixth Day, but I remember really enjoying that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, it's got a nice twist.
Joe locked up, and while he did, I will say that I've never seen this movie, but because Joe said that, I'm going to add it to my list. I know I've seen that VHS cover. I don't think I've ever seen it, but it might be one of those where if I watched it, I'd be like, oh yeah. Okay, now Joe's back. I'm sorry, Joe.
Yeah. No, all that time I sat here and my internet was fine, and then it hiccuped as soon as it's my turn. I hate Meet the Parents. That's like one of my least favorite movies ever.
Oh, wow.
So
hey, look, I just had to call him out. I just had to call him out on his IMAX knowledge.
First permanent IMAX theater opened in 1971. So that's more than 2 years. So
and when did IMAX become popular?
That is not what you said. You said IMAX was new. Pretty new.
All right, when did IMAX come out in Tucson, Arizona? Because that's where I was at the time.
1985, IMAX releases its first 3D film. Okay. 2008. Nothing happens between 85 and 2008. So
what's up, Jesse?
Yeah. Hey,
Now that we're alone, how you?
I'm just saying,
doing?
I saw an IMAX movie in Baltimore Inner Harbor in the late 80s, early 90s.
And what was that movie?
Something about the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what they started with. But like I said, for me and what I looked up, it was around 98 with Everest. So, like that, my point was, this is the time period when it's gaining popularity. As we know it, because I'm sure that 1971 IMAX was not the IMAX experience that we have now. It was probably just a chain.
Okay, I mean, you just keep amending what you were saying by adding new stuff in. That's all right. I'm used to people,
Oh, I thought we were having a discussion. I thought that's what you did in discussions. Welcome back, guys.
All right, so Joe's seeing The Sixth Day.
No. I was just saying that I liked it. I'm going with Unbreakable. There, I'm done. It's a great movie.
Damn, Joe, you took forever.
I am adding The Sixth Day to my list because I've never seen it, and you made it sound interesting. So,
it's been a long time, but I remember liking it. I don't remember much about the movie, but I remember liking the movie. So,
okay, all right, Jesse, what are you seeing?
Surprising no one, especially Curtis. Curtis, take a guess.
I will have to say I have no idea what you're seing on this list. I have no clue.
I think you'd see Mysteries of Egypt.
Based on this list,
wait. I know what he's seeing.
Go ahead.
I know what he's seeing. He's seeing Men of Honor.
No.
He's seeing this one.
No.
There's no Nazis in that movie.
I'm gonna say
sorry, Jesse. That was just a low.
I just with the racist aspect and the
that was a slow pitch.
I just thought that's where we going.
Man, I hope Buddy shits all over your new studio.
No, I'm not.
Me too.
I'm not saying that you're a fan of racist. I'm saying like just
kind of feel like you
adversity and
no, that movie was very difficult to watch. I did see that probably this week in theaters back then. No, on this list, I'm probably going to see Charlie's Angels.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's I could see that. I should have called that.
They take down a Russian or something. That's kind of like a Nazi.
All right. So we got one for Charlie's Angels. We got one for Unbreakable. Jeff, what are you seeing?
So back in 2000, since this is my birthday week, and every year I see a movie on my birthday, it was The Sixth Day. And so I remember watching it in 2000 on November 23rd, very fondly. But I would go see Unbreakable.
Okay. All right. That was a long story to go to a different movie.
Yeah, that was supposed to be my shtick.
All right. We got two people that really highly recommended Sixth Day, only to change movies at the last minute. Dude, what are you going to see?
Well, first, let me tell you all the movies I'm not going to see and why.
let me tell you all about Sixth Day. All right.
So I've seen the majority of these. I saw the majority of them in theaters. Little Nicky is a hell of an underrated Adam Sandler. I love that movie. I did see it in theaters, probably this opening weekend, honestly. Meet the Parents is a classic. Joe, I don't know what you're smoking over there tonight.
Dude, it's too realistic. The in-laws shitting all over him no matter what he does. F that movie. It's one of my least favorite movies ever. Watching that was like fingernails on a chalkboard.
You know what? I'm gonna go the
hold on. Joe watching like upset in-laws is like me watching that Power of One. It's like, oh gosh, this is just torture. I can't take it.
It was terrible because I can break it down just to the volleyball scene where they're, he's like barely trying and they're like, come on, fucker, you gonna play or what? And harassing him. So he jumps up and he spikes the ball and it hits the girl in the face, the sister, and then they're like, what are you doing, fucker? It's just a game. I wanted to reach into the TV and choke people.
Just so you know, that's how I feel. I feel like him in that scene every time I'm on here with you guys.
Oh wow.
Or at least Curtis and Matt.
Oh, okay.
Not Joe.
I-
Not Joe.
acceptable. Okay, thanks, Jesse. That scared me. For a minute
Or
there.
you, Jeff. Or you, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm
just
partly
Curtis and
on
Matt.
with you.
Well, I roomed with
Oh,
Jesse at Legion's Con. I'd hate to wake up like being choked in the middle of the night. What are you doing, fucker? You know, like
I mean, if you're into that sort of thing. Yeah.
I
All
am
right.
not.
I am not into that sort of thing.
Dooch, I'm with you. It
Good to
is
know.
not a bad movie. It may summon up some trauma for Joe, but it's definitely not a bad
Well, that's
movie. Go
okay. So,
ahead.
Joe, were you married at this point?
What year is it? 2000?
2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
There we go. That's
No,
That
it's
explains it.
definitely personal traumas. Yeah, for
right.
sure. I'm not denying that.
But I think I'm actually going to go see something that I haven't seen. And since everybody talks so highly of it, even though they didn't go see it, I'm going to go see Sixth Day just to see something new. Because the majority of these I have seen, and I've seen multiple times. So, yeah, I'm going to go back in time and try something new.
So what do you
Even
think?
Rugrats in Paris?
Sixth Day with Arnold.
Okay.
You've seen Rugrats in Paris?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I had a little sister, so I've seen, I think, 2 or 3 Rugrats movies. And I'm pretty sure this was the second one. Because the first one was when Tommy had the baby brother Dill. He was born, and that was that whole thing. So,
Good to know.
Riveting.
Yeah, totally. I will say I've never seen Little Nicky, so I could be judging it
What?
unfairly.
got to.
But either
First list.
as time went on, I feel like Adam Sandler's movies either got much more stupid or I just got much more mature and couldn't take the humor anymore. I don't know which one it is. It's definitely one of those two. But it was
It's
like
not the second
it was
one.
like with each progressive movie, I'm like haha, this is funny. Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, this is kind of getting old. What the fuck is this? And it was just like it kept, it just kept going.
I didn't.
And then it went into like the drama serious roles, which were stupid. So
That's the point where I fell off, and the Netflix stuff is very mediocre. But
yeah,
and anything
So-
before that, I'm good with.
yeah. What's the stupid one with him and the kid?
Oh, Big Daddy! Big Daddy is amazing.
No.
Yes. Oh, what? Who hurt you,
Dumb.
Curtis?
Dumb.
Big Daddy's great. And Curtis, the only reason I'm saying not the second one with the mature, you gave your Casey Jones a hog just for you to enjoy.
Right.
So
You can't have a Casey Jones with sweatpants and not have a hog. I mean, it's just
I
it's
100%
wrong.
can.
It's a violation against everything that is holy.
It's in the Geneva Convention.
It is in the Geneva Convention. I
Do you
do
even know what
think-
the Geneva Conventions are?
I have no idea. Some lady Geneva. She had met with some other Genevas.
She wanted
And
Casey
they-
Jones to have a big hog.
It's
Yeah,
like
Geneva
Legion's
wine.
Con, but for hogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
decided that once a year that all the Genevas they were going to meet up together and they were going to celebrate their Genevaness. That's what they did. So 6 Days sounds interesting. I'm definitely going to watch that now. Unbreakable, great movie, but I think I'm going to go see How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is the time of year where I start getting in the happy, jolly Curtis mood, and I just want to see, movies that kind of warm my heart and, make my heart grow 3 sizes. And while it may not be my favoriteest of Christmas movies, it's still a Christmas movie, and I'll take a Christmas movie on anything over everything else on this list. So, yeah, there you go.
That is a terrible movie.
I'm sorry.
I really liked
Six
it.
Six Day is a horrible movie.
I had 2 people say that it wasn't bad. So.
That's true. I'm going off recommendations. Apparently, I've been hoodwinked.
I liked it. I remember liking it.
It's the last
Trevor?
Arnold action film. Like after that, it was all just downhill.
Trevor Williams, 1-6 shooter, amazing photographer, and great kisser. Says Unbreakable all the way. Got Guaisagwe says gonna watch Little Nicky after this, so I guess that's his pick. Jeremy Gobiar says Mystery of Egypt. So I don't know. Can you even watch it without did they then make it to where you could watch it on regular TV if it was an IMAX thing? Like, how does that work? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Did they ever okay. I don't know if they released those in a regular format. So let's see. We've got Hedgehog says Grinch easy. So, all right. I got one person going with me. I'll take Hedgie with me. Joe Vasapola says Charlie's Angels. He's going with Jesse. G reaffirms that he's going to see Little Nicky. Hedgehog then says that if he never has to see Meet the Parents again, it'll be too soon. So
100% agree.
Joe might have just been guessing what I was going to. I don't know if he was necessarily saying.
Oh yeah, I think you might be right because then he says, "Knew it." Jesse loves those ladies. He does. Yeah. He does love those ladies, and anything furry. You get a furry lady in there. Holy shit! Watch out.
No, that's crossing a line, Curtis.
So Chug says, "Not familiar with Mysteries of Egypt." Sounds cool. Let's see. What does Dylan have to say? Now that Jesse's here, I want to shout him out. Got a painted head today from him. Awesome work. Get yourself head from Jesse, my dad. So
A head.
That's basically the same thing. G says Big Daddy is awesome. Terrence says, wait, Jeff is on weekly now. Jeff is officially 2.0 member. Also, he is now the Legend Daddy. We're all Legend Daddies, but he is the Legend Daddy. But this weekend, he gets to be in the 1.0 crew because guess what? It's his birthday weekend. Liz messaged me and said, hey, Jeff was a little irritated. I was on Legion's Ladies last night. He didn't get to be on a show. Can you bring him on? Kind of like a, make a wish thing. And I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. So yeah, here he is.
It's your birthday.
Jeff's not dying, just his career. So, and it's a slow death.
Yes. And then Blake says Unbreakable for sure. Terrence says, wait, Joe has only seen 27 movies and one was Sixth Day.
Yeah. That's accurate. I had actually forgot that I had watched it until you popped that up and I saw Arnold on there. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's that bad of a movie.
I remember liking it. I don't remember anything about the movie, but I remember I liked it.
Was my Make-A-Wish.
This was your Make-A-Wish? You can't shoot too high, Hedgehog. You can't shoot too high. So
yeah, if he had asked for something good, he probably wouldn't have got it.
Right. Right. When you think you just have a regular cold, and then next thing you know, John Cena walks in the room. Shit. All right, that was This Week in Theaters. Once again, still don't know what the agenda is. So, Dooch, where are we going next?
The Dooch agenda.
He's talking, but he's muted, so just bear with
him. Then once I come off mute,
there
you guys can hear me. Yeah, so I just got a few things. Facebook sucks for searching things. You guys ever notice that? You see a post and then it disappears forever. But yeah, so there was a thing a while ago about there's certain Walmarts that I'm sure you guys have probably seen at some of your local Walmarts where they're locking up the Legos and they've got them behind the glass like video games used to be.
I gotta stop you for a second because this is a big bone of contention with that community. The plural of Lego is Lego, and they will lose their mind.
Lego is just Lego.
So I don't want you to say the word Legos and then all of a sudden we get like kicked off of YouTube or something. So I just want to throw that out there, but you can go ahead and continue then.
All right. So you know how some Walmarts will lock up the Legos behind the glass.
We saw that coming, Gertie.
Well, apparently they've been rolling it out to further in the toy department now, where they're actually locking the action figures up behind those doors. You got to get the associate. So I was just curious, like, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Is that something that, I mean, I guess
move to a better neighborhood?
Yeah, don't live in such a shitty town.
No, I think that Legos are as expensive as firearms now, so it was only a natural progression that they moved them into glass cases.
Right, Lego.
But for
Lego has proven to be one of the easiest things for people to steal. Like there were stories about that guy that was like taping different barcodes over it, and he had like a semi truck full of like Lego that he had stolen from stores because he was putting like $15.99, $24.99 on the big sets.
And they're very easy to set. Like people buy Legos all the time, so
yes,
like they're really easy to move.
Enabler Curtis has his hand up. So.
Yeah, I think that if they didn't want them to be stolen, they shouldn't package them like they're potato chips and only fill it like a third of the way with the stuff that's inside. Make the box actually the size of whatever it is that you're selling. Because people I'm gonna say take that bag out and throw it in their pocket.
I wish my potato chip bags were as full as a box of Lego.
But we weren't talking about the Lego. We were talking about the action figures being behind.
Right. So I guess my thing is, so Curtis, you're a big McFarlane collector. You've got a lot of those DC figures.
I try not to be, but yes, I do see a lot of them that hit me in the nostalgia.
So here's the question: if you go into a Walmart,
yeah,
and the action figures are locked up, and you see the figure you want behind that glass, are you going through the trouble of hunting down an associate and buying that figure?
Well, let's be honest. Most of us aren't toy hunting anymore, right? We're not like if we want something, we're going online and buying it. If we're in the store, we're there to look to see if we see something cool. Odds are we're probably not going to find anything that we're going to want anyway. But yes, if I saw something that I wanted, I would definitely flag somebody down and have them come and get it. But I would say let's say 20 trips into a Target or Walmart, maybe I buy one thing. Yeah. So I don't know that it's a major issue for me. But yeah,
fair enough. I could also see the flip side where now that you don't have a bunch of people and kids manhandling all day long, like that might be something where the minute on card collectors are a little bit more, they might actually be happy about this sort of thing.
Oh yeah. You're not getting them banged around as much and stuff and whatever. I will say that sometimes the security measures get a little crazy. Like, I right now I work for Coca-Cola. I used to work for Walgreens, and I would sometimes go on. I worked at the distribution center, but I would have to go on store visits every now and then. And went to a store in the city, and they were source tagging baloney.
Yeah.
Now, if you're worried about somebody stealing baloney, like. I don't know, man. like maybe you just shouldn't have a store there. Like, like there's certain things like based on the price point or the size or whatever, I could see or put a camera down that aisle or maybe hire extra security or whatever. But I don't know, man. If you guys start source tagging some of this stuff that's like super cheap, I don't know, man.
I agree.
It sounds like a load of.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have to say the idea of putting the action figures behind glass is a better way of deterring people than the spider cable that they would put on some action figures.
Oh, that was the worst.
And it would just destroy.
You get it to the register, and they could never find the tool to take it off.
They could never
get their find it. They couldn't use it. Yeah, they didn't know how to. Yeah. Ridiculous. I think the idea of putting action figures behind the glass is ridiculous. I don't know who would do that. It's never mind.
And Jesse, to your earlier point about the potato chips, do you know what happens when the potato chip manufacturers take out that air cushion?
I knew.
You don't have a softer pillow to roll around on in your truck.
He was somehow going to defend the potato chips.
Everybody complains because our potato chips are crumbs when they get them.
Maybe
my potato chips are crumbs anyway.
Well, you need a better route driver. That's all I'm saying. I tried to let it go. I couldn't.
I drive just fine. I'm sure they're fine when I get them at the store. By the time I put them in a bag, carry them out to my car, carry them up the stairs, bang them through all the doors.
Oh,
it's like you're right there with me.
Right there. All right. Yeah.
Do you, a question for later? Do you have lightning round questions for today?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I want to ask.
Do you
a
have
question.
lightning round questions?
I want to
for
ask
today?
a question that is not a lightning round question, but it's going to sound like a lightning round question, just because I need to know. Cheetos.
Off.
Do you consider that
Cheddar
a potato chip?
jalapeno are the best.
Do you consider that a potato chip?
Yes.
Lightning round.
No.
Negative. Nada. No.
Crunchy or puff? Either one?
No. No, not potato chip.
Okay. Jesse?
Hell no. Definitive hard no.
I don't know. I never really considered it. I don't know.
Joe's never had a Cheeto.
Chips. I call them chips.
Yeah,
Sure. Yes.
Yes, I put them into the chip category. Absolutely. Everything that's in the back of my truck is a chip.
I would say crunchy Cheetos are a chip. The puffs are styrofoam.
Well, they're all
You
made
said
from
potato
cardboard.
chip. You said potato chip.
Okay, well, let's just say chips. I would say that the puffs should be used for packing material.
That's my wife's favorite chip is Cheeto Jumbo Puffs,
and that the crunchy ones definitely are chips.
Well, like the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I was actually watching a survivalist video, and because Cheetos are made from paper byproducts, and the hot seasoning is petroleum based, you can actually use them for candles during disasters. If you light a flaming hot Cheeto on fire, it will slow burn for a very long time, and it can be functionally used as a candle.
There you go.
Ingest that if you want. There's
It's
nothing
a
good for you in
So
it.
what Joe is saying is it's not a chip, but it is a candle.
That's what
You
that's
might
what
as well
Joe
eat a
classifies
candle.
as.
It's got the same nutritional value. So
No.
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 yeah.
Okay.
Oh. All right.
Sorry, I just had to know while we were on the subject of chips, because
No,
if
you're
somebody asked me what my favorite chips were, I would say crunchy Cheetos.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
Yeah, good.
but don't tell my bosses at work, because that's still a Frito-Lay
That's-
product.
That's
So,
it. PepsiCo owned.
yeah.
Just like my
It's
wife.
also not a chip.
My wife definitely doesn't like cherry Coke as her favorite pop.
For sure.
Then this just came up today. I'm kind of curious what you guys would do in this situation. Or at least I saw it today. So NECA recently released that Donatello Sewer Lab playset.
Okay.
And then asked for the doubles to be returned.
I thought Jesse was gonna say something. He
No, you can keep talk. Like
Okay.
sometimes I'm just going for the visual, so Hedgehog knew I was wearing a shirt today.
gotcha.
Yeah, he was just taking his shirt off.
I was hoping that was what I was trying to focus on.
No.
So so they sent out, they had done the pre-order, they sent out these Sewer Lab play sets, and apparently they messed up in the shipping, and a lot of people got double what they ordered.
Okay.
And apparently this has created a huge shortage to the point of being like they don't have enough Sewer Labs to get everybody that pre-ordered it now.
Okay.
So they've reached out, they identified the people who would have gotten multiple, and they reached out and they offered them $100 store credit and return shipping label for them to ship it back.
That's nice.
The extra one.
That's pretty nice.
Apparently, there are a lot of people that are still holding on to it to the point where they sent out another email today saying, okay, if you don't send it back, you're going to be charged for it, and we will ban you from ever purchasing NECA products directly again. So, what would you guys do if you got that second free playset?
Yeah, because a lot of people looked on eBay and said, "Oh, I can sell it for $200."
I'm thinking
$200.
a lot of them are probably gone, or like they've already sold the extra one.
I would say, first off, as much as I like to play an asshole on TV, I'm not a real doctor. I would not have kept something that they gave me extra. That's fucking shady as fuck. Number
That's
one. Number two, if you sold it for profit and now they're willing to like just charge you the regular amount, okay, just charge me the regular amount. I already got rid of it. Tell them you gave it to a friend or whatever. You know, you still made profit off of it. You know, and as far as like NECA doing that, like I have no problem with that. Like, you know, they made a mistake. They're trying to make it right. They're doing what they need to. It's not like it's costing this person anything out of their pocket. They're getting, you know, free shipping and they're getting a credit. If they're still not wanting to play ball, yeah, I wouldn't let them buy from me again. Fuck them.
Yeah. Probably my only sticking point is the charging them again. Because I don't think that they can legally do that without...
That part I don't know about, yeah.
Because you agreed to that single charge, you know.
I wouldn't want to be banned from NECA products.
I see a few people saying it's illegal. I think probably charging them for something that was misshipped to them. Right. That part probably is illegal. Not selling to them again, that's not illegal. They can,
I could definitely see them banning
to anybody they fucking want to.
But I don't think that they can charge them for that second one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good way to ban a huge part of your customer base by not allowing them to purchase from you again.
I wouldn't want to fucking continue to sell to somebody that I know is shady and they're going to fucking take advantage of shit like that. Fuck them. I'd rather not have them as a customer.
How much of that is on the person who shipped it, though? You know what I mean?
Like, absolutely. But once again, they're trying to make it right. And if you're just flat out refusing.
It was obviously a mistake. Don't be a jerk. Like, I would have sent it back at my own cost even. It was a freaking mistake. Like, that's really nice of them to offer a reward for returning it. But these people know that they only ordered one. Why would you keep the extra, you know, and hurt a company that you enjoy their products enough that you would purchase them? And then you're like, no, F them. That's not a very positive attitude about things. I think that's a huge douche move, not a douche move, a douche move. And that those people should feel bad about themselves. They're shitty human beings.
So Dylan just sent me some message from somebody else's Instagram, which I'm not going to pull up because I can't verify it. And what it basically says is that under FTC rules, they can't make you pay for something that they sent you on accident, and they can't make blacklisting threats. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. You know, just because you read it on Instagram doesn't make it so. I do know that every business has a right to refuse service to anybody that they want to. So they can, you know, they don't have to make threats. They don't have to say, oh, well, if you don't do X, I'm not going to do whatever. But they can definitely turn it off to where, you know, X account can't buy from them anymore. So,
but even then, you know, in this day and age, some people just have to create a new account to take advantage of.
But at the end of the day, just don't be an asshole.
Just make up an email and.
Right.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. Like the people don't be an. I 100% agree with you, Curtis. Like if they're like, hey, you got 2 of these, you know, here's the shipping label. Please just drop it off, or, you know, schedule a pickup. You know, all you got to do is slap it back on together. Done, no problem. I'm
and they're giving you $100 credit. Yeah.
Even without the $100 credit, I'm in on it. Like, it just you know. But I did just pull up NECA's terms of service for their website, and one of the lines says, now this is, you agree to this, even if you don't read it all, you agree to this when you use their website. You understand and agree that NECA may, in its sole discretion and at any time, limit, suspend, or terminate your password, user account, or use of site. So it's there.
No, I completely agree.
You're not saying you can't buy from NECA again. You just can't buy from their website, which, you know what? Looking at that, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, and I mean, to Dude's point, people find ways around that. You create a new email, you buy from a retailer, whatever. Sure. But, you know, I don't know. Just don't be a douchebag. Now, at the same time, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is a high dollar item. And you're sending, like, what kind of quality assurance do you have that you're sending out multiple of these to people? Like, come on, fix your fucking business.
My guess, and
the Horseman accidentally like slipping like a second bonus item in a box for somebody. Like, oh, we sent you 2 packs of Father Christmas cards,
right?
You know,
but for
accidentally
everybody.
shipping 2 Donatello's diorama labs.
Right.
My only guess,
I'd get
and this
fired
is
for that.
this is a complete guess, is that it might have come where the master case was 2 to a pack,
Yeah.
and they sent out master cases instead of the individual.
Or maybe the master
know.
case had 2 break packs inside, and inside those had 2 individual diorama sets or something.
That's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
whatever.
Like,
Yeah.
So
Like they took an inner and sent it out rather than the actual item itself. But still, you know, it's a high enough dollar item that you would think that they would have really checked that. So
Oh, I'm sure somebody got
What I
fired.
also read, what I also read was NECA uses a third-party fulfillment center. They don't do their own shipping.
Yeah,
well,
and
then they're probably getting paid back from that company anyway. Then so
Digital River all over again. They were the bane of Matty Collector for years because they had no idea what they were doing. They didn't know the product. You know, they don't give a shit.
I'm going to say this real quick, not to poop on any other company, but it just makes me appreciate Four Horsemen all the more.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Praise the Horseman.
But if I get an extra dragon, I'm keeping it.
If someone sends you 2 of those dragons by accident, like
They'd be like, "What dragon? I don't know what you're
medical
talking
bills,
about."
like carrying that thing.
Thanks, Big
No,
Greg.
but like, I mean, if you were able to come to Legion's Con this year, last year, you probably got to talk to almost everybody that works in that shipping department at some point, especially if you went to intern. Now, you know, they like, we have the chance to meet those people. I have no idea who works in the NECA thing, and that's not. I'm not trying to poop.
No,
on NECA,
that's
just to appreciate what the Horsemen do.
Exactly, but that's the point. And the Horsemen have people working in the warehouse that are either fans or consumers. They know the line, so they know when they're messing up like that. Whereas these NECA third-party people, they probably don't know anything about turtles or the sewer layer or anything. Yeah, it could have been double labels, could have been master cases.
I would think that would get caught by whoever the shipping, like whether it's UPS or FedEx or USPS. Like, if you're sending out 2 boxes with the same label, like, they're not going to want to.
Don't look at that. I worked for FedEx. It's just location to location. It's not.
So I could send out 10 packages and only pay for 1 label and just make copies of it and just throw them all on there, and it's fine.
No, actually, it would have to be a separate number because it's all number based.
They're talking
So
about
you wouldn't be
reprinting
able to-
label. It would have the exact same tracking and everything.
Unless they went through the whole process twice. However, they generate those labels with the tracking numbers if they did that twice. To where
it would.
And that might have been.
I'd have to see the details, but I thought that they came together, like they shipped them. People got 2 at once, but
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure, but I could see either instance happening.
Yeah.
Somebody fucked up. Somebody got fired over there. Like,
not to belabor this, but I last year did a thing with Sparrow where they were getting some people to customize their figures. They sent out like the not the blanks, but the more, the real pared down figures, like their builders. And like 2 or 3 weeks after I got the one that they initially sent me, I got another one, and I was just like, hey, I got a second one. And they're like, oh, someone messed up. They're like, just keep it or give it, and customize it or trade with somebody else. So that happened to a couple people that did that. So like, then again, that's not 100. Yeah. I know, I'm saying a mistake was made. I'm not saying it's the same level.
I mean, if somebody gets 2 dragons,
Joe Vasapolo said that he's coming to my house to get it back. So I'll be returning that dragon. So
I'm guessing they're going to want that dragon back.
Not only do I get 2 dragons, but I get Joe as a house guest. This is all coming up as a winner.
Yeah, I might just say that I got 2 dragons.
Photoshop. Yeah. Dude is just going to Photoshop a second box in his hand so Joe comes to visit him.
Right. If there's a single shipper box that holds 2 dragons, and like I don't know how that's gonna.
Yes, Trevor, that is the problem, that they send out these duplicates and then they didn't have enough to fill their regular orders. Which, I mean, obviously they could go back into production and they could make more of them, but that's
then they're down.
I think they're
even
trying to
more.
make good by just working with people and getting them to send it back. But yeah, people aren't wanting to work with them. So
Yeah, it's a tough situation, and I would definitely send mine back, and I would take the 100 store credit, but yeah, it's a tough situation
gotcha.
and all
Okay.
around.
Gotcha. I might say that I got an extra dragon just to see if Vasapolo could come to my house.
Oh, we all are now. Yeah, we're all going to be like, yep, got 2, Joe. Come on over, buddy.
Oh, wow. They sent me 2. Wow. I got a gold one. Holy cow.
You don't have to send me an extra dragon, Joe. You can just come visit, man. It's
Yeah, same.
If I was going to visit you, I would like stay at your house and then go to Designer Con. But I can't believe you haven't gone to any other cons with the ones that you have around you.
I really wanted to go to Designer Con this year, but I actually spent so much money at Legion's Con that there's no way I could swing it. I didn't even have gas money to get down there.
And it was like, what, 2 weeks after? Right? Like, it was real close.
It was the following weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the following weekend. Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because
tough.
this is 2 weekends after.
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't get to go, so thanks for rubbing it in, Jesse.
It doesn't change time because you couldn't go.
Welcome.
Yes.
for-
Yes, it does.
It's not like the whole space-time continuum broke because you couldn't make it to Legion.
I went into cryo sleep so I could avoid
Dude,
it.
we need to go back.
Dude, you're missing it right now. It's happening simultaneously. Time is a
Yeah,
Waffle?
dude, if we don't go back,
Amoeba.
something happens with your kids.
Not my kids. Just don't call me chicken. Oh, no one will know it for like a month, Curtis. But this was actually the second Back to the Future
Yes.
reference today.
It is. All right. Well, I know you had just brought up Matty Collector. I wanted to kind of throw that out there because
Sure.
like we've not seen that style, at least I haven't seen that kind of style of solicitation since then. I would love that, man. I would love something that I paid a subscription to, and every month that, you know, whether it's through McFarlane, the Horseman, whoever, somebody that I was like, okay, I've got a monthly deduction that just automatically comes out. I don't have to think about it. And then I just get a figure and I know it's coming every month. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I would love that.
agreed.
I think that's a really cool thing, but I think with people and with all the streaming services and all the different things that are subscription based now like that, I think it'd be too easy for people to cancel out and throw off metrics. Like, oh, I can't afford it this month. I got to duck out, you know, like, you know, you'd have to
make
like
it where it was like a month ahead or 2 months ahead or something like that or whatever.
Well, I mean, you did-
depending on
you
how
did
far
use-
into production they are.
Yeah.
You had to agree. You had to buy the year. So there was like a
with Maddie, you had
package.
to sign up for a year.
Oh, okay.
You
were
signed
locked
up
in.
for
I
a
didn't know that.
year and you were committing to everything that year plus the exclusive figure for signing up.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I'm sure there were ways, and people I'm sure did it where they canceled out after they got X figure.
Well-
but I can't imagine it being huge.
And I would have said that it's not feasible for today, especially like with what we collect, like the Legions. But when you think about it, like, you know, they kind of pushed the Valiant Knight through by itself. They pushed the Skeleton Legion builder through by itself. We just got this Snake Man by itself. You know, yeah, Von Box is great if you're a customizer or you've got enough bodies that you can keep putting fucking heads on, but I'm talking about an actual like toy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know that, like, you know, they're doing waves of, you know, 5-6 characters multiple times a year. Could you cut out a couple of those waves and just have a figure each month that gets shipped out to people?
In addition to, in my opinion, if the Horsemen had like a subscription service in addition to their waves, I would sign up for it.
I would. I'll tell you another thing.
$50 a month, and I got one Horseman figure every month. I'd be all in on
okay.
that.
How about this? Hold on. How about this? Figure Obscura. Let's say that we don't know when it's going to come. We have an idea of kind of what times of year it's going to hit, but let's say that this year we're going to get 4 Figure Obscura. and you
It's
just
always the week before you're ready. Yeah.
You break down the payments for the 4-figure Obscura across the whole year. You just pay every month out of your paycheck. It just automatically comes out. And when those figure Obscura drop, it automatically gets sent to your house. You don't have to wait up in the morning. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to log in.
You don't have to pretend to be in the porta potty so that you can order.
Yeah, you don't have to do any of that. You just go, hey, I know they're going to do 4 figuras next year. I'm in for all of it. Here's my money each month. And when it comes, you just send it to my house.
Maybe. I think figure is hard because it can be so. I know a lot of you guys are like all in on it no matter what, but like,
well, you'd have to commit just like a Matty collector,
right?
Like,
but I'm just saying, figure Obscura can be
don't want to commit. Yeah,
so broad.
With Matty Collector, did you know what figures were going to come out that year?
Not the entire year, not till the end. Towards the end, then they started releasing who was coming out in the entire year. But in the beginning, no, you might know like 4 of the figures and the exclusive.
Because I could see a subscription for Infinite Legions.
I was gonna say Infinite Legions, or even the what's the 2.0 Legacies. I could see Legacies.
You would have to know how many you're going to get each year, though. It'd have to be like I think for Legacies they said 2 to 3 per wave. So if you're going to have a wave every year, and you're going to have those, I mean, you could sign that up now, and you can say every year I want this taken out of my paycheck each month. I mean, shit, if you broke that up, 3 figures at $40, $120, you spit that $10 a month. $10 a month, I pay it just automatically comes out of my account. And then when those Legacies drop, you send me all 3 figures.
Yeah.
Boom.
But it's not without its issues there too. Like, especially Matty Collector, they were doing the every month, and they did run into production issues to where there did become months where there were no figures, and then there'd be a month with 2 figures.
Yep.
They had the same problem that NECA's having right now with that kind of snafu happened with Fisto and Sorceress. And a lot of the Fisto boxes actually had Sorceress in there. So that's why Fisto is one of the hardest to find classics now.
I'll be honest, the attraction to me to Matty Collector was not in the fact that I was going to get a figure every month. It was in the fact that I didn't have to think about it. It was already deducted, is already paid for. It's ready to go. There's no thought process. So
I think with something like the Horsemen or like smaller companies like them, I don't know if I'm not a business person, but in this format, if someone was going to try to revive this, maybe something along the lines of like once a quarter. So once every 3 months.
Yeah. I think that's why I said figure. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. You pay for it at the beginning of the year. Like you do, like a StreamYard service, or, you get a discount if you do. So, you get that versus the retail price.
Yes.
You're locked in for all 4 or whatever. And then, whatever, once every 3 months, you get a new figure or all in bundle, whatever, figure Obscura, whatever. Or maybe they do it. Maybe that's like one item from each line. You get a mythic, a cosmic, a figura, Infinite.
Fuck yeah. Sign me up.
But the only thing I would say is
I want Jesse Legions. Sign me up for Jesse Legions.
Instead of doing a discounted price for that, I would do the regular prices, but you get the exclusive figure for signing up. Like there's 4 figures that are coming out, but if you sign up, you're going to get a 5th figure that no one else is going to get if you buy the monthly. And that way you don't have to worry about jumping on when the drop happens because you're already guaranteed and you're getting your exclusive figure.
Yeah.
So
on the left.
Now this is a question mostly for Curtis, but I think I'm in the same boat. Would you have 3 subscriptions so that you had extra figures for customizing? Because I probably would.
Yeah. How many would you buy, Curtis?
That's a good question. That's a good question, and the answer is probably yes, even though I wouldn't want to. Like, I think it would be great. So, okay, let me think about it this way. Like the last few G-Cons, right? I've been ordering through a retailer for most of my figures, but through the last few G-Cons, like I order an all-in through the Horseman first. I do an all-in, and then whatever I want extra, I go through a retailer. Sure. I think this would kind of be that same thing. Like the one set that I would do the annual or whatever would be that. But then if there's extras that I can get from retail or something, I would go and do that after the fact.
But the subscription service is only direct.
Well, we didn't say it had to only be direct, but direct would be a nice option.
But you could only get the exclusive figure through the subscription. That would.
But there would still have to be a drop, and that's what Mad Collector did. Like you could buy the subscription and lock in the year's worth of figures, or you could be there day of the drop and buy just a single figure. You know, I could just buy.
There was a drop too.
Yeah. I could just buy January's figure. I could just buy March's figure.
Mm-hmm. Trevor says, "What about Four Horsemen doing unique set of painted parts as a monthly box like the Armory?" Okay, here's what I'll say. If you're talking about parts like we saw at the Armory, like arms, legs, torso, absolutely. If you're talking about weapons or heads, no, I got weapons and heads coming out my ass. Yeah. Like I got fucking 3 trays of weapons up there. I probably got 500
it's
spears.
Normal.
I got
needs more fiber.
200 regular swords. I got 150 heads that are just extras. Like I don't need that stuff. But
if they're coming out of your house, would they be armoryoids?
Might be. I don't know what you call it.
Dude,
but if it's stuff like we saw, like the pack that we got at the Armory, the Chris fuck up with the bear parts, like if they had stuff like that, yeah, absolutely.
What if they just had a body subscription where every month you would get a body with no head?
Just customizer's dream.
That's what I'm
right
saying.
There.
Like
that'd be
crank
awesome.
It out once a month, 12 bodies a year.
Yeah.
Just mixing it up. Yeah, a night body, whatever. Like just.
I don't know who Trevor is talking to. I don't know who Thom is. So the H is silent. So
Thom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because you type it doesn't mean you say it.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I still think a subscription thing would be cool. So
yeah. I think anything that gets us more Four Horsemen product, regardless of what it is pretty slick.
So
I just like if it's a monthly expense, I can budget for it a lot easier than if it's not.
Budgeting? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I make money and I spend it. That's my budget.
Gotcha.
If I don't have enough money, I work more.
So on kind of that wavelength, somebody, and it just cut me off if you guys discussed this already on one of your episodes, but someone threw out in the Cabal about making the dragon build a figure where it kind of goes along that, where like 1 month. Did you guys talk about this already? Or
we didn't, but I hate that idea.
Okay. Yeah. So let me just finish.
We shit on it every time it gets brought up.
So yeah. So like 1 month you'd get the head, the next month you get the neck, kind of like Jeff's Metal Botto over there, where you gotta just wait and get it all.
Shit.
I don't even do the small Build-A-Figures anymore. Like when Toy Biz stopped making figures, then I stopped doing Build-A-Figures. No interest in that. I just want to buy my toy. Don't play.
I would just be worried about the logistic manufacturing of it, where you're manufacturing these parts at different times.
I'd be worried about the QC issues. There's
that's what I'm saying.
We have enough QC problems when they do put the figures together. Not talking about Four Horsemen in general. I'm just talking about toys.
The industry.
Like even when they put the figures together. And they can have them together and you can mess with them and play with them and stuff. Like you still have QC issues. If you're producing a part at a time and then trying to throw it together after the fact, I don't know.
Well, and then the other side of that is if you've already manufactured and tooled all of it, why are you releasing it monthly? Like why make everybody wait? Granted, yes, it's the money.
It's money.
Yeah.
I mean, but the Horsemen are, I know because we're talking about the dragon. They're doing the payment plan for the current, option through shop. Pay for the current stuff. Who's to say they won't, if that works well for them, that might be a thing going forward. And,
and I'm sure that is a test, right? Like they threw it out in this wave to make sure it worked well before the dragon drops. I've got to imagine.
I believe Jeremy said that they were, it's available on this wave, not that it was a permanent.
Right.
Something was worded somewhere when they announced that it was available on this wave. Like, that's my understanding. I could be wrong. I did, but that's my
right. I'm not saying that they're saying, but I've got to imagine this was like, hey, let's put it here. People are asking for it, and it'd be a great trial run to see if it works well before we get into pushing this dragon out. I mean, because most of us know like Klarna and somebody else work already. You just have to go through their app on the Horseman website. Like, there's always been ways to split your payment up even before they offered it. So,
I just like to say with the, we were kind of talking about the parts, like the armory. I can't get over how awesome that armory was. Like, and just how great, not only the experience was fun, which I knew it would be fun because it's just like, like you're getting to build this thing yourself. It especially for people that don't customize, like people that don't have that creative outlet with these figures that got to kind of do that for the first time and kind of, well, I want to put this with this and this with that. And they don't ever get to do that. That experience had to be great, but just the parts themselves, the ultimate looks, like these things are just fantastic. And I don't know how you do that once a year. Like, I understand it takes up a lot of space and it's going to be hard to do it at other places, but I got to imagine that we see that again before Legion's Con. Like, I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked if we don't see some show midway through the year, whether it's maybe a PowerCon or a Zolo or something. I can't imagine that we don't see that again before Legion's Con, because the Dragon was big news. The D&D game was big news. To me, that armory experience, that was the show. That was the exciting part. People that were coming to that show for the first time loved it. And that's what they're talking about. Like, all that other stuff is cool, but that armory, man, that thing was fucking badass.
And it's got to be like a hands-on thing, though. Like, you're not going to get the same enjoyment online, like, I know they are going to release those figures in some predetermined, matches, but like, that's not as exciting to me as actually being able to go through and pick.
It'll still be cool, and you'll still, but the problem with doing that, like, if I'm Joe collector that doesn't customize and I get those figures in the all-in, they're staying in that formation forever, and they're just going on my shelves. You know what I'm saying? Your average person is not breaking those things apart and mixing and matching and having the fun that the armory experience was. I don't know, man.
I like what they were talking about when it was the configurator online. Where it's almost like when you go on Legos or Lego websites, pick a brick, and it would just be like, oh, I want this part and this part and this part and this part, and get shipped out to you.
Yeah, and I get the logistics of that would be very tough for a smaller business that doesn't have Lego warehouses and all that kind of stuff. Like, it would be really hard for them to do that. But doing it a live version like we saw, I expect that we're going to see that before next Legion's Con. I would be, like I said, I'd be shocked if we didn't. So.
You heard it here first, folks. Curtis confirms there will be an armory experience in the next 6 months.
I didn't confirm shit, but like I'm listening to Jeremy last night, and listen, I love Jeremy. Jeremy's great. But Jeremy was talking about like how some people have talked about, like female knights and all this and that. And he was kind of insinuating that there's not enough parts. I mean, you look at the amount of parts that were in that armory experience. It was a lot of the same parts. It was a lot of the same waist pieces, a lot of the same legs, a lot of like, it wasn't like there's 50 different leg styles or, like it was 5, right? Or not even that. It was like 4. So like we've got that in female parts. Like we've got that, we've got that for.
It might have been a misdirection, Curtis.
You could do like a barbarian armory, but instead of the different colors of the armor, you could do different skin tones. So you have one barbarian that's a Fury clan, and one barbarian that is a human, and one barbarian that's dark color.
That makes for some odd pop and swaps.
Well, I mean, but do you still have, armor parts with it too? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and then obviously Jeff, I know, would love to have Cosmic, and I think Cosmic would be great. I mean, we've seen, I don't care if you use all the same parts. I don't care if it's all the Tusk armor. I don't care if you between Tusk and Novian Lean, you take those parts, you throw them together, you have Joe Vasapolo paint them, 10 ways from Sunday. And then you go, okay, I'm going to mix this metallic green with that red and this blue and this black. And I mean, if you've seen his paint jobs on these things, they're phenomenal. They're awesome. And I think you would get just as much enjoyment out of that too. So
Curtis might not be getting 2 dragons by accident, but he's definitely trying to get Joe to come to his house.
I just think that thing was it was so unique. Like a lot of companies do, waves. A lot of companies do big giant Kickstarters. A lot of companies go into different avenues of whether it's TV shows or cartoons or comic books and all this kind of stuff. That armor experience was unique. That was something that you don't see from other toy companies, and it was amazing. So, yeah. I wish you were at, like, if nothing else from Legion's Con this year, I wish you would have seen that.
Agreed.
So,
no, it was and those colors were amazing. That green, oh my god, that's just beautiful.
Thank you, Sherry.
yeah, I didn't know that it was the armory. I was actually talking about your like all the Tusk ones that you've done.
That's true.
Between the Red Jet and the I think he did the Fisher Rice and the what's that? The
blue.
I mean, just dude, they all come out great, and it's like each one that you see, there's so much detail in those sculpts. That's what I love about the initial Sentry that came out, and the Sentry and the Science Officer, because they were so blank that like people didn't realize how much sculpt detail there is there. Like there's just a shit ton of sculpt detail.
I gotta take a time out real quick, Curtis, if I can.
Yeah.
My buddy Tyler, Failed Imagineers, he finally got some Horseman product. He joined the Cabal this past week, and he's been showing me his progress on his custom paints.
Yeah.
So this is the first Horseman stuff he's painted, because he's normally done Black Series, a lot of Mando and like troop builds and stuff. Watch out, people.
Yeah.
Tyler, he's coming in hot. I mean, and he's just he doesn't know the story and the lore and all that stuff yet. But he's a killer painter, and I think he's going to bring a nice flavor to. And what he got was a Science Officer and a Sentry, nice. So like perfect ones to start. Building from. Buddy. So
yeah, if you're gonna start in the cosmic world, that's definitely a great place to start. So,
Terrence, I might be working on getting a swig for him for Christmas.
Nice.
Spoiler alert.
Nice.
He doesn't. He's not watching.
Wow, he's your buddy, and he's not even.
I mean,
watching.
Come on. Like, look at these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, using similar parts. Tell me you can't put these arms, legs, torsos in the armory and have something fun. Even though that I understand they don't have the same library that has been built up in Mythic, but you can't tell me that this shit wouldn't be fun.
No, just throw more parts in every time and just let people pick and choose what they want.
Absolutely.
It didn't turn out to be the parts per se. It was more the color options.
Oh yeah,
everybody was talking about the color options more.
That's what I'm saying. Those colors were just vibrant and brilliant.
Because so not saying with the base colors, but if they do the armory with cosmic stuff, it might not be because there are so much detail on those Tusk bodies,
right?
Yeah, but it'll be more than the builder paint jobs.
Yeah.
So it'll be something, again, like Curtis was saying, for people who aren't customizers, it'll be an easy way to get a variety of options and stuff. I can totally see them doing some sort of cosmic, at some point.
And if the Tusk body has, let's say, 1,000 details, you don't have to paint all 1,000. You
Right.
know,
Exactly.
you can paint 10 of them, and then the next time you paint 10 different ones. And so even though it's the same armor, because of the way that you did certain accent pieces in each one, it looks like completely different armor. So.
And remember, Cosmic have only been in hand for not even barely a year and a half at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so like it's just the first couple waves that are out, and there's already a lot of variety in it.
I mean, let's say I'm just going to throw something crazy out there. Let's say that they go to like one of those big cons, that the Star Wars ones, right? And they went there and they set up the armory experience with a Cosmic 5, right?
Yeah.
And you get all those fucking space nerds in there. And they walk by and they see this, where you can just go by and pick out all of these different space, outfits and put the figure together yourself. You tell me they're not going to love that? Dude.
Absolutely.
I mean, Jesse's friend is just an example of that. Like some of these folks that have been into Star Wars their whole life, they start getting these in their hands, and especially if they're creative types, dude, it's game over. So
I mean, that's what changed my complete outlook for this entire year. I was a big Star Trek and Star Wars and Alien and Predator fan, and now I'm like, it's Cosmic Legions. Like, that's on my brain 24/7.
There you go.
Would you say you're spacing out there, Jeff?
Ba-doom-boom.
Or wait, what was it? Space things?
Space things.
Space things. Yeah.
Space nerds. I'm a space nerd.
Not in the space thing.
You kind of
I mean,
just
after
described the day 2 exclusive pack from Legion's Con.
Yeah.
I mean, the parts that were in there. Yeah.
I mean, the lizard parts essentially are Thraxian and Thygar parts.
Yep.
Not all of it, but like, anyway.
Yes.
Reptilian. You just put all reptilian.
But yeah,
The arms, the torso. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to bust him out, and I need this guy in all of the colors. Like, oh, he's beautiful.
Agreed.
So, Event Horizon?
Yeah, if you got something.
I got something. Let me
oh boy, he sounds really excited.
I had something too, and I can't remember it now.
Gladiator 2. I'm going to see Gladiator 2 this weekend.
So this has been in the talks for a while. I've been nervous about it, but they showed the trailer this week, and I'm potentially hopeful. But if it's a 1-to-1 remake, I will be disappointed. So hopefully they add some new stuff to make it a compelling watch. But the How to Train Your Dragon live action released their teaser trailer this week.
This was
look like live action. That kid looks CGI, doesn't it?
I'm sure it's got like that kind of fantasy color effect, color grading going to it, but that is a real person.
Yes.
They revealed the whole cast. But like, so the trailer so far has been pretty much shot for shot stuff from the original movie, just with live acting and the animated Toothless, which I think he looks great. I don't think they could have made him look better pushing that design into live action. But I'm really excited for this, hearing the score and everything. So like I said, as long as it's not just a shot for shot remake in live action format, I will probably be very happy with this.
Did you see that post where it was like all of the trailer shots versus the original cartoon shots?
I didn't see it, but I've watched those movies enough.
Gotcha.
That like it lives in my mind rent free.
Dylan says, I think it was a good choice, but I think they could have made Toothless a bit less animated looking. To me, Toothless isn't the problem. It's the boy. Like, Toothless, I think, looks great. That to me looks like it could just be, I mean, I'm sure there is some CGI there, but it looks like it could be like puppet kind of animatronics or whatever. The boy looks totally animated to me. So
no, they're live actors, and I heard the only negative I heard was about the female lead, I think.
Which, all right, I'm going to go on a rant here.
Stephen Bishotti.
his people, I'm sure. Now, I preface this with remember, I have never seen any of these movies.
Gotcha.
So, like, I'm just seeing this and just seeing what people are saying. So,
yes, some people are upset because the young lady playing Astrid is not a blonde hair, blue eyed white girl. It's not authentic. It's not historical.
What does
Neither
she
is
look
this
like?
fucking movie.
What
you
does she
mean
look like?
historically when they train dragons?
Historically, when the Scottish Vikings trained dragons on tiny little islands. Okay. So no, in the original animation, it was a blonde-haired, white girl, but it was voiced by America Ferrera, who is I'm not sure what her.
She's Latina.
She's Latina. Okay.
Yeah.
Black hair, dark skin. This new actress, she plays Joel's daughter in the first couple episodes of The Last of Us. I can't remember. Yeah. I don't know the actress's name, but she plays his actual biological daughter in the first episode or two of the show. And I don't know if I've seen her in anything else, but I thought she was really good. And you put anybody in the right costumes and they're gonna look like they fit. Like it's not a historical time period drama. It's a fantasy movie about kids learning how to ride dragons and deal with the world around them.
I don't know. Dark-haired people are just awful. I'm not going to watch it.
I would say though that there is I get it. It's not a historically accurate movie, blah, 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 blah. But there is something to be said for the Scottish cultural aspect of that series that kind of takes a hit with a casting decision like that. So
I completely disagree.
I mean, you can disagree, but it's a fact that Scottish tradition is part of that series. Correct?
Because they have two Scottish voice actors and okay. I mean, that'd be like saying well, we're setting our movie in the middle of, Central Africa, but it's all Asian people.
Okay.
It's and isn't Hiccup doesn't have an accent. It's an American accent.
If all of a sudden they did a live action version of Mulan and they made Mulan a white girl with blonde hair, I think
Mulan
people would
is based
probably
on a
have
historical legend.
Okay, right. But what I'm saying is there is a cultural aspect to that series, and it is a Scottish. They've got a lot of Scottish traditions and things like that in that series. So that's not an opinion. That's a fact. That's how the series is written. So
no, I can't go one way or the other. Like I said, I have no knowledge.
Listen, I'm not one that when this stuff comes up and I'm like, oh well, they shouldn't do this and they shouldn't do that. And I think people are stupid when they do that. In this instance, I can see it maybe causing a little bit of a jarring effect for somebody that really is into that series. But
But would you guys rather? All of you guys have seen this, right? The cartoon.
Joe hasn't. He's only seen 27 movies, including The 6th Day.
Okay. Well, I figured if he saw 6th Day, he would see How to Train Your Dragon.
No.
I've heard it, the volume, because my kids used to watch it while we were traveling, on the TV in the car, but I couldn't see it. So I've heard the movie like 3 or 4 times, but I've never watched it.
So, but would you guys rather have it be like a 1-to-1 remake here, or would you like to see differences, changes, plot?
Always changes. It's the same problem with the Marvel movies when the people are like, "Oh, that's not how it was in the comic book."
To it. You may as well just
if it's exactly the same. I already read the comic book. Why do I need to watch a movie of the exact same thing?
Hold on one second. I want to pull up this comment from Dylan. He says same thing as the live action Little Mermaid. I think it's totally different. Like, to me, the live action Little Mermaid I had no problem with that casting decision whatsoever, because
I think he means the people's reaction to it.
The people's reaction to it may be the same, but I'm saying in that instance, I didn't give a shit because there was nothing about that character or that character's heritage or anything around that story that said to me, this can't be a dark-skinned person. So that one did not have any effect on me. This one, I'm not losing my shit, but I could see people being a little upset. Just saying.
I don't want it to be a 1-to-1 remake because Disney does that with a lot of their live actions, and the ones that are the most like their animated ones are the most boring.
Yep.
It might be great animation if it's got like Lion King, I think had great CG, but it lost some of the personality of the characters because they went so photo real and they didn't diverge enough from the original movie to make it interesting. Beauty and the Beast, they added a couple interesting things, but I was bored in that movie. I liked Cinderella. I liked Aladdin because I liked that they took different approach. They did different things with it, and they weren't just straight remakes. So yeah, I hope they can do something like that with this, and make it fun and engaging, and keep the heart of it.
Now, as someone who has never seen it, should I watch the live action first, or should I watch the cartoon first?
You're killing me, Smalls. You're absolutely killing me.
Watch the cartoons. Watch the cartoons. Even if you never watch the live action, watch the cartoons.
Absolutely killing me. I mean, arguably the best trilogy of the last 20 years. You can make a case for a couple others, but it is definitely up there. And how you not have seen that? I mean, you're sitting there vanning your kids around to all these fucking events, but you haven't watched How to Train Your Dragon with them. What the fuck is your problem, man?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those weird. I mean, dragons animated. I don't know. When did the first one come out?
It came out in 2009 or 2010, the first one. So I mean, it's probably right at the moment where you had some little ones running around, and probably
my oldest was 2, so probably a little bit, under, but
watch that series. Like
one of those that just kind of flew under the radar, and I don't really know why. It's
no pun intended.
Yeah, you need to see it. It's a good series.
Yeah.
Mesquite-Con. You guys come to my basement.
Mesquite-Con.
I'll bring the popcorn bucket.
No, huh? I'm definitely not coming to that event.
You don't like popcorn? What? We can get whatever
with extra butter.
What's that supposed to mean, Trevor? I don't have kids. And I watch these movies on a regular basis, multiple times a year.
It's a good series, even without having kids. So
that's what I'm saying. It's never been about kids or no kids, but for whatever reason, it just slipped under. But yeah, Jesse, we can have whatever snacks you want while we watch How to Train Your Dragon. It's fine if you don't want popcorn. That's fine.
No.
We could do a watch party at Mesquite-Con.
Yeah.
Mesquite-Con.
I'm fine with that as long as it's not in Dooch's basement
with figures, friends,
popcorn buckets that he's cut holes in.
I mean, we could go up to the living room too, but whatever. We got multiple rooms.
I don't even visit the basement in the building I live in because it's not mine.
So you have to own my basement before you'll come down here?
Dylan, you are now you're part of the Echevarria family. You are no longer with Jesse. He gave up all custody rights. He's done. Like you need to move on. All right, you're with the Echevarrias. They're a great family. They love taking all the kids to shows. They're going to
take care of you better than I ever could. So please don't make this any harder on me than I can.
Sorry about
it's over. Go.
Yeah, you're still here?
Oh.
Go home. All right, what else, Dooch? What do we got? Or was there any other event horizon? Anybody else have anything on the coming up?
That's what I was kind of looking at. I don't.
Joe, are there any more video games that I should be playing?
Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is coming out with their Game of the Year edition, or the complete collection. And it's a complicated game, but if you can get into it, it's one of the best stories in video gaming history, in my opinion. So
when you say complicated, more complicated than Baldur's Gate 3?
So the nickname for Pathfinder is Mathfinder. Now it's a video game, so the game does a lot of the math for you, but it's also my separate system because I like math. So
Okay.
but
Ugh,
you can put they even have a story mode where the monsters can't kill you if you're that bad at the game. You can just play it for the story. Wrath of the Righteous is an amazing just journey of storytelling. It's not fully voice acted. It's not like Baldur's Gate 3 in that sense. But if you don't mind, well, I shouldn't say it in front of Curtis. If you don't mind reading,
is it
then,
like turn based or what kind of game is it?
yeah, you can play it in real time or turn based. It has both options. It's up to you. It's Pathfinder is based off of the 3rd edition D&D system, so it's just expanded greatly. In this one, I don't want to give any spoilers, but you get basically like role-playing's version of superpowers through different paths that you can take. You can take on aspects of like angels or demons or become a lich. You know, it's all like how you want to play the game, and the game responds.
Now you're speaking my language, sir.
It is an amazing experience. One of my favorite video games of all time. So I just saw that today that they were coming out with their Game of the Year edition. So for anybody that really likes role-playing games, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is amazing.
Is that for all systems?
I believe so now. I think it's out on consoles also.
Okay.
I do love a good role play.
I bet you do, dude.
In a basement with popcorn.
Only if you own the basement. There we go. Platform. Yeah. PS5, PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and Windows.
Might have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely.
As long as it doesn't get in the way of my customizing, because I'm building a room. I gotta paint. I gotta get to painting.
No promises.
Don't get in my way. Baldur's Gate got in my way a little bit last year.
I took a vacation when the game came out, and I was off for 10 days in a row, and I played it for 10 days, like almost nonstop. So
10 days isn't bad. I think yeah. I had like 12 months of Baldur's Gate, so
you're right. You have a little bit more free time than I do, Chris. You might actually enjoy the game more than I did.
All right, I might check that out.
Anyone going to see Gladiator 2? Did we need a Gladiator sequel 24 years after the original?
Jeff said that he was going to go watch it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it for my birthday tomorrow.
Nice.
I don't know.
I just want to see where they go with Denzel's character and Pedro Pascal's in it and stuff. So, I like you said, do we really need it? I don't know, and I have no idea where they're gonna go from where they left, because I just finished the first one again tonight, and I was like, where do they go with?
That was gonna be my follow up. Did you rewatch and then, because I couldn't, like, I remember enjoying the movie, but like, other than there's gladiators, I really couldn't tell you much about it. I don't think I've watched it in probably over a decade easily.
It's basically the Spartacus story. It's a guy who was in the military who got thrown into gladiatorial combat as a slave and worked his way up to the higher ranks.
I loved Gladiator, and this may be a great movie. I think the fact that they're like making the main character like the little, you know, like pampered prince boy from the first movie, like to me, it's like if it was anybody else, just some other random gladiator in that time period, and then I would probably be a lot more interested in this. The fact that they're trying to turn that little pampered prince into like this badass, it's like, okay, I don't know, man. It doesn't sound like it's gonna hit the way that I would want it to. So, but
I don't.
I'll wait for it to stream.
I know it's not based off of reality, but the reality of the olden times is that the wealthiest people actually were the best fighters because they received the best training. Right. So in Roman times, medieval times, like the wealthy people were all like the best,
but they didn't
best
usually
fighters
find
because
slaves either.
What's that?
They didn't usually find themselves as slaves, though.
No, but I mean, even Julius
That's what I'm
Caesar, his family lost their noble status. He joined the military and worked his way back up to nobility through military ranks to become one of the greatest leaders that they had. So, I mean, it's possible.
It is. It just, I don't know. We'll see. Well, like I said,
I probably won't watch it in
I'll wait for it
theaters,
to be on streaming or until I hear reviews.
I'll check it out.
I may hear reviews that it's awesome and then want to go. So,
right.
If I see anything this weekend, I'm going to go see Red 1.
Yeah, that looks interesting at least. Yeah.
Just because it just looks like Curtis likes to say, like a fun popcorn movie.
Right.
Like I have no invested stakes in it. I know the actors in it. I know the kind of performances that I should expect to get. It just looks like a spectacle, a fun, goofy, like if Marvel did a Christmas movie kind of a thing. So,
and that's it. You even get like the vibe. Like you could probably sit here and like we could spell out the whole movie, but that's okay.
Like must have already saw it. He said it was awesome. So
yeah.
Cool.
I won't lie. I think it was Dylan that told me that there were fuzz monks in Red 1. So I'm like, well, I'm definitely going to go see that now.
Yep. Women or furries. He's all over it.
Had it. Oh yeah, Terrence said, well, it isn't in space, Jeff. That's what they should have done. Gladiator 2, Gladiator goes to space.
Yeah.
Technically, if it's outside, everything's in space.
Yeah, that's true. Everything is in space. Yeah.
It's just not outer.
We're in space right now. So that's why we're off-world.
My basement.
So.
Elijah said Gladiator 2 is really bad. So I guess Elijah already saw it.
Oh, all right.
I mean, UK usually get stuff a little earlier than we do.
That's like your opinion, man.
Yeah.
European opinion.
Hey, he's an actual actor with IMDb credits, so
this is true. He was one of the thugs in Batman,
and he's just a really cool guy, and I appreciate his opinion.
He is,
so.
and what were we messaging about? He was messaging me about something, and he left like 4 voice messages in a row with that accent, and I was like, I could listen to this all day. I said I'm going to brag to people about the messages that Elijah left me. Next week is Thanksgiving, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, after pretty much actually probably during the Thanksgiving meal, and then especially afterwards, it's Christmas season, and we start off with Scrooged. It's our favorite Christmas movie. It's the one that like me and my kids and my wife, like we can quote every single line from it. We love that movie. So that's what we're going to be doing next Thursday. And I'm just super excited. So
did the one kid move out just so they don't have to watch Scrooge?
She's coming back, and she's coming back, and she's bringing her boyfriend.
Oh my!
So like we're at the point now where we're trying to figure out what our guest list is. Like we know that we're all going to be there watching Scrooge, and it's like who, in addition to the family, is worthy of coming in and experiencing Scrooged with us. So yeah. So it's a thing.
Is there more to the tradition than just watching Scrooge?
We just watch it, and you can't hear the movie because we're all saying the lines over the movie. So
it's like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
It is pretty much, yes. And we're just laughing and having a good time. And we've got like Scrooge shirts, like we've got shirts and we got mugs. We got the IBC mug. You'll love it, Yule and whatever. It's
that's awesome.
It's gonna be fun. So I don't know if you guys have any Thanksgiving traditions, but that is ours. And then immediately after that's over, tree goes up. So
yeah, it's usually Black Friday is usually tree trimming and hanging decorations, everything.
Yeah, my Thanksgiving tradition is usually working. And this year they're actually shutting down for Thanksgiving, so it's going to be super weird not being at work on Thanksgiving. But I'm going to my sister-in-law's with my girl, and we're going to give that a go.
Nice.
And see if it ruins any other movies for me.
Love it.
Jeff, what about you? You got any Thanksgiving traditions you guys are going to hit up this week?
So we're heading to Maine. My mother-in-law graciously is flying us up there for Thanksgiving, and yeah, I'll be in freaking cold Maine for about a week, starting on Tuesday, and then so I'll be doing 2.0 in Maine.
Nice.
On Friday.
Fancy.
If we do a Black Friday 2.0.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to going up north. I grew up in the north, and it's always nice to visit and see the weather compared to Florida's just Florida.
Florida. Jesse, anything for you for this upcoming week?
No, I love Thanksgiving, but my family's scattered all over the place, so I don't really get to do like the big family meal. And like my dad and his health condition and everything, it's not like really that kind of environment. But I will get to spend some of the day with them. I used to have a tradition years ago. When I first started driving on Thanksgiving Day, I would go to Blockbuster and buy whatever the big release was that weekend. Like not to rent, but like my stepdad or mom would give me money, and I'd drive, from our house kind of out in the country into the town. I got to go to Blockbuster by myself, walk around for a little bit, and pick up. I remember one year was Independence Day, so like got it. After Thanksgiving dinner, came home and we watched it as a family that night. Like that was kind of fun, but that's a long time since that's happened. But yeah, nothing special necessarily this week, but hopefully get some turkey Thanksgiving meal somewhere. And I know Sean usually has an open invite for me to come over and hang out with them at some point. So depending on what goes on with my parents, I'll do that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Dooch, what about you?
Yep. About about the same. We'll probably definitely tree goes up, decorating starts the next day. Usually try and hit some Black Friday sales. Definitely less and less as the years go by because everything's available online for days beforehand. But
right.
Yeah, nothing huge. And then actually with Thanksgiving being so late this year, my son's birthday is the Monday after. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll be celebrating his birthday that next weekend as well.
Nice. Darla's is this Sunday.
Nice.
So,
hey.
Yeah.
And Jesse, and Curtis will celebrate it by being on Shooting the Shelf with Jesse Arnold.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely football on Thanksgiving. Absolutely.
Parades? Does anybody watch parades?
No, I don't do that.
We'll
what?
Turn it on in the morning, but we don't.
If it's on, and
we don't really sit there and watch it.
No, it's like in the background.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
I did want to address something that I saw on Facebook today, and Facebook is kind of just, I don't know, it's terrible, and you get people on there and they just say awful, mean, disgusting things.
Oh, you saw my post.
I saw this one today and I had to bring it up. This is from Ish in our community, which I was really disappointed in. He says, petition to change Thanksgiving dinner from turkey to brisket. Let's stop faking like we like that dry bird. And I just got to say, I don't know who is cooking your Thanksgiving turkey, that they're making it dry and not palatable. But you need to fire them and get somebody new, because turkey is fucking amazing. And
it can be,
listen, I'm not going to have it every week of the year, but when it comes to Thanksgiving, hell yeah, I'm ready for a turkey. And if you got the right person cooking it that makes it just moist, and I'm sorry, I know people hate that word sometimes, but if you got it to where it is nice and juicy, and you got some of that cornbread stuffing with it and some yams, and man, I tell you what, there's nothing better. So I love some brisket too, but keep it away from my Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's all about the turkey.
It's funny
Go
that he.
some,
Go ahead, whoever.
Some other Thanksgivings I've had in the past. We've had duck, and we've also had pheasant, and those
Fancy. That's that Maine lifestyle right there.
No, I was. It's like, yeah. No, those for some reason those meats, those hold moisture very well.
I think I've ever had them. I find it funny that he picks both turkey and brisket because those are two of the biggest meats to me. They're either extremely delicious or extremely bad, but depending on who did them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think you need somebody to be able to cook it right on both. So
exactly. So
Terrence
I
says
definitely prefer
turkey
the
stuffed
dark
with
meat of the
brisket could be
turkey.
awesome.
But
I would try that in a heartbeat. So
could be. If
but
the right
yeah,
person does it.
My teeth are starting to hurt thinking about eating brisket. I don't know what it is about brisket.
Mm.
Had
But
that brisket.
My teeth, like it gets
See, and
stuck.
this is how we know Dylan really isn't your son. So
I don't know why you can't just believe me. Look, I love Dylan. I think he's a great kid. I would be honored if he was he's not my kid.
Have you been on Maury yet? What?
I don't need to be on Maury.
Trevor, yes. I knew there's a reason I loved you besides
the dark meat
amazing
is the
kissing.
key.
Dark meat is the best, dude. And here's the great thing. Okay. My parents moved away, right? I know everybody that moves away to me, I just love it. My parents moved away. So we're probably not going to have the big one with all the extended family and stuff, which means I get to claim both legs on the turkey this year. So,
you do have kids, right?
Fuck them. they can have all that white meat. They can have the breast and all that kind of stuff like that. Yeah, no, I'm getting those legs. So, yeah, heck yeah, I'm with you, Trevor. So, any other Thanksgiving favorites for you guys, food wise that you guys have had in the past, or just kind of
garlic mashed potatoes.
Garlic mashed potatoes. I don't think I've had that. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turkey.
Course. Yeah.
Stuffing.
Oh yeah. Any particular stuffing?
I like stovetop stuffing, stuff like that kind of thing. I mean, it doesn't have to be stovetop brand, but like that style.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Love stovetop.
When I went to Kansas for the first time for Thanksgiving 1 year in college, my friend's family, they made like it was almost kind of like a noodle dish,
casserole.
Like with a sauce.
Noodle casserole, probably.
Like there was no meat in it, but it was like noodles and like it was almost something like you would find in like a chicken noodle soup or a chicken pot pie, but it wasn't like juicy and runny. It was like that I like. I'm trying to think. I don't care for potatoes. You lost me when you said yams, Curtis. I'm not saying you're weird for liking them. I just don't like them.
Oh, candied yams. Oof, man.
No yams, no sweet potatoes. Nope.
Canned,
Costco
or
pumpkin pie. I've never tried that. I might have to pick one of those up.
Sam's Club is better, but they're both good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check out one of those.
And they're cheap. They're like $8.
Corn,
like
canned
what
or
kind
homemade
of corn?
cranberries.
Yeah. Oh, you got to have the canned. Like, first of all, I'm
no
not
cranberry sauce.
I'm not a huge cranberry fan anyway. But if you're gonna have it, you got to have the canned stuff. That the regular, no.
Yep, the canned where you dump it out and it's still got the lines of the can in it. Oh, that stuff is delicious.
Ribbed for Dooch's pleasure.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. It slides down so easy. I'll take that whole can all at once.
Ooh, one of my daughters is making homemade macaroni and cheese this year. That's gonna be good. Oof.
That is not something I normally have at Thanksgiving, but mac and cheese is one of the best things ever invented.
When you've got like that the thing like the crust on top that you have to like break into and stuff. Oh
yeah, like the homemade baked mac and cheese with what is it called? Plinko?
I don't know.
Panko?
The breadcrumbs. Yeah.
Panko breadcrumbs.
Oof, man.
Or
my wife
really crunchy.
makes a cornbread casserole where it's like
those are
the
good too.
cornbread and it's got creamed corn and whole kernel corn in it and some other stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
But then you bake it and it hardens up like cornbread where you can just take a slice of it. It's really
Here's
good.
one thing that I've never, like, I see it all the time. I see Terrence just mentioned it here. I have never once in my life tried green bean casserole. There's
Really?
there's
delicious.
nothing about the ingredients or the look of it that makes me want to try that.
Oh, it's all fucking good.
It's really good, actually.
Like, I hear what goes into it and I see it and I go, yeah, no, I mean, like, I've got a plate, right?
It doesn't look appealing. It doesn't
There's
smell
so much
appealing.
area on my plate, and I go, okay, turkey leg, cornbread stuffing, some yams, a roll or two, and then there's a vegetable dish, and
that's made with butter and bacon and fried onions. Like,
I just don't.
What's not to like about
that? There's only so far that's going to help. Yeah, I'm with Curtis and Trevor on this one.
Yeah.
Like, I'll eat it if that's what someone presents to me at a meal, to not be rude, but like, I will never ask for it. If I'm at somewhere where it's a choice I can make, I'm not getting it. Like,
dude, my family, we have to fight over it because it's gone so quick.
If
Like,
they
you
did that
better-
same casserole without the green beans, maybe I would try it.
it's just soup.
you can trick me into eating broccoli if you put bacon and like melted cheese all over it.
So, if
But it has to be hot. Like, if
I'll
broccoli gets
that
like
one.
even like lukewarm, forget it.
And Blake says that Dooch is wrong, that Sam's Pumpkin Pie is no comparison to Costco.
Sorry, Blake. You're right. It is no comparison. It is that much better. But now let me ask you this.
We have a card for one and not the other. I can't remember which one. So whichever one it is, I'll try.
I mean, either one, you're not going to go wrong either way. Like they're both good pies. I just prefer the Sam's Club over, but whichever one you can get a hold of, they're very good.
Okay, go-to pie for Thanksgiving.
Apple pie.
It's a pumpkin cream cheese pie that my wife makes.
Pumpkin cream cheese. Okay. I'm going to go apple too. I really like, I think, pumpkin is obviously traditional kind of thing, but there's nothing better than a good warm apple pie.
But see, to me, that's
or if my birthday falls on Thanksgiving, it's usually a triple chocolate cake.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's too much.
It's a chocolate icing chocolate cake with chocolate chips. That's my
man. Me and Trevor, we're like in sync. Me and Trevor would have an amazing Thanksgiving dinner together. So
see,
hot apple pie with either vanilla ice cream on the side or whipped cream.
Whipped cream. Yeah,
but that's
yes,
not whipped cream. Cool Whip.
Vanilla ice cream and apple pie. Heck yeah.
I used to be only Cool Whip, but in recent years, like the Ready Whip, like the canned stuff, there's something about it I like better. But I still eat Cool Whip. But yeah,
agreed.
Joe, go-to pie?
Never on a Sunday.
Okay, so I'm terrible for these conversations because I'm probably one of the least picky eaters that you've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
If people give me pie, I'm not going to be like, I prefer a different pie. It's fucking pie. Just shut up and eat it. It's
but if
pie.
you got to, you're at the diner on Thanksgiving.
We're not being preferred. We're just
right. I'm not gonna.
They have all the pies available. You sit down.
Then give me all of the pies.
If Curtis is gonna give me his pie, I'm gonna shove my face in it. Like,
Joe's answer is all the pies.
I'll eat all the pie.
Joe wants blueberry, plum.
There's no bad pie. I'm just not.
That's not true.
Okay.
There is bad pie.
Ahead.
Chocolate bourbon pecan pie.
I have not had a pie that I've disliked. So.
Me neither.
Fair enough.
What's your bad pie, Jesse?
I don't want to say it out loud.
You know what another thing, Thanksgiving type thing is that I've never had? Pecan pie.
Pecan pie is really good.
Never tried it.
That a lot. I like it a lot.
That once again, it's just like, like you look at the table and it's like, okay, there's pecan pie, there's a pumpkin, there's an apple. Like that I'm just not going to that one. It's not if it was just that if somebody brought that one, it was the only pie available, I would probably try some, but there's usually just better options. So
pecan pie is essentially quiche with nuts in it. No, thank you.
Sorry, Dylan, but cream pies are awesome. So. Chocolate
like
cream,
banana
cream.
Yeah.
Get your minds out the gutters, guys.
Okay, so next year, Elijah, when you come in for Legion's Con, just stay a few extra weeks, and then we'll bring you to one of our Thanksgiving dinners.
Elijah should bring us some English pudding because
I don't know what that is.
The figgy pudding.
It's like a.
It's not
pudding. It's like a meat conglomeration that is boiled to cook.
Okay.
It's like soggy meatloaf.
Yeah, YouTube it. It looks disgusting, but I bet it tastes wonderful.
Blake says pull up the ingredients of Cool Whip. I don't know that I want to do that. Like I'm guessing it's not.
Have you eaten Cheetos, Blake? Come on, man. We're Americans. Just don't look at the label. Put it in your freaking mouth. This is what we do here.
That's what Joe G says. Put it in your freaking
I will
mouth.
say that's part of the reason I stopped eating Cool Whip as much and switched to the other stuff is because it's like, I don't know.
I mean, what you got? High fructose corn syrup, vegetable oil, milk.
I'm not super picky about what I put in my body as far as food consumption goes. All right. But there was someone did something with Cool Whip versus the other stuff. And I'm like, oh, you've convinced me on this.
I mean, I've always preferred the sprays over like the tub of Cool Whip, but that's just, like, I'm not.
This right here proves you are not my son because no one related to me from my genetic pool would make a comparison
to Maya
to this
abomination. I'm not seeing anything on the Cool Whip ingredients list that's really like, ooh,
I will say, like, I know what Jesse's talking about. Sometimes you just see things and it like grosses you out, and you're like, oh, I can't eat that thing. So I saw a thing where they took a Dorito and they put it under a microscope, and like there were bugs crawling on it and stuff.
That was fake.
Like, was it?
Well, I mean,
but they did the same thing with the ice at McDonald's. Where there's bacteria in the ice machine.
Before knowing that it was fake, right? For about 3 hours, I was like, I'm never eating a Dorito again. And then I saw an open bag of Doritos, and I was like,
yes,
but they're really tasty.
That's it.
And so,
man.
not knowing that it was fake, I still went back to eating Doritos. So just want to say, like, not even
stomach acid kills bugs. Yeah. I'm that guy. Like, I go to make a
stuff living in our faces, like at the bottom of your eyebrows and all over your stuff. I mean,
I go to make macaroni and cheese, and there's like those little worms dead in the macaroni. When you boil them, they come to the top of the water. I just scoop them off and eat up. Bring it on.
I've seen that.
So, you've never had those little.
And this is why Joe doesn't get sick. He's got so much
sometimes, but I get over it.
I tell you what,
nothing's killed me yet.
The kids of the like 70s and 80s, they like we ate dirt, all right, and we toughened up. We built up immunities.
There's kids starving in Africa. I'm not throwing away macaroni.
We could drink iocane powder right now and be fine.
That's fine.
So when you guys are loading up your Thanksgiving plates, are you guys like dumping it all together, or I gotta segregate, like nothing touches?
Don't word it that way.
Well,
it's going to touch, but I'm not going to eat it together. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not, it's not like I'm using one of those plates that have the plastic separations in it. So the stuff is going to touch one another, but I'm not going to like scoop like whatever, like stuffing and yams together, or stuffing and, potato, mashed potatoes together or something.
I take my plate, I throw the turkey down, the mashed potatoes go on top of that, the stuffing goes on top of that, the gravy goes on top of that. I'm mixing all that up, and I'm just.
Who hurt you?
You might as well blend it.
Actually, I don't want to know.
Like, just drink it at that point.
Yeah,
just blend it. Just make yourself a smoothie.
Or here, no, I'll pull up a picture. Talk amongst yourselves.
Make yourself a Thanksgiving smoothie and just go for a jog or something. Like, what are you talking about?
My wife always make fun of me because I'll do that, or like with even other meals, like when we have chili dogs, sometimes I won't want like the bun, so I'll just like cut up the chili dog and like throw it into a bowl with like everything on top of it and stuff.
Look at Trevor trying to get in Jesse's pants.
No one, no one's getting it. Doesn't no one's getting in my pants. It's a no-fly zone.
I've been making
Whoa,
homemade mayo. That's pretty good.
Did you hear that? Jesse's pants have no fly. Hey yo.
Oh.
No,
That means
like,
they're sweatpants.
He's totally disabled the fly on his pants.
no.
Come on, Curtis.
This-
Jesse already doesn't want to be on the show.
Gosh.
This is how Dooch eats his dinner.
I mean, I would eat that, but yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
See,
All right.
That's awesome.
Apparently I'm the
I
only
like-
one. I really thought it'd be at least a 50-50 split here.
now I will mix up the stuff as I scoop, like as I get like a bite to put in my mouth. I'll be like, I'm gonna eat some potatoes with this bit of turkey, or next time I'll get some stuff. I'll do that, but like I don't swirl it around and make like a Thanksgiving Jello on my plate.
Yep.
Here's another thing I want to throw out there too. Because my wife does this thing where she'll go, well, I don't want to make too much of this or too much of that. There is no such thing as too much, because Thanksgiving leftovers are the best. Like that is the best leftovers you can have.
Well, how about that? Do you guys make the leftover turkey sandwich with like the stuffing and everything on there?
No,
I don't like
No, 'cause
sandwiches.
it's usually only the turkey that's left over. Like there's usually not enough of the other things to
yeah. See, I always make sure we got enough that I can make full plates for the next couple of days.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's how it is. Basically, that entire weekend, we're eating some remnants.
Yeah,
You might
one
be able
meal
to get
is
like
feeding
a
us
full
for like
plate
3 or 4 days.
the next day, but like after Friday, it's just turkey on bread.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe some stuffing or mashed potatoes, depending on how crazy Mom went.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then you get to that last turkey sandwich where it's like it looks like it's good, but it's like all the gristle, like all the like the little chunky stuff, and you're like, oh, I don't bite, nope.
But then I'm good
My
for
late
you.
uncle,
Like,
my late uncle used to make
all the foods that we just mentioned, I love. But then I'm like, okay, I'm good till next November. Like I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. Same thing with St. Patty's Day. I do the corned beef and cabbage, and it's like I love it. I absolutely love it. But like come June, July, I'm not going, hey, I want some corned beef and cabbage. Like I don't know. It's weird.
Cabbage
seasonal.
It's kind of like the McRib, only not disgusting. So
the McRib's
pretty close.
You can buy it. They're selling the
Did you just say-
gallons.
I saw
the
that.
sauce.
My son works for McDonald's. He's like, yeah, we're selling gallon containers of the McRib sauce.
Yep.
I'm like, what is this world coming to? Like that is so fucking disgusting.
Isn't the McRib sauce just like ketchup with like an ounce of barbecue sauce dripped in?
I don't know what it is. It's gross.
I don't know
The whole
what it
thing
is.
gross.
It is a barbecue sauce. Yes.
And it's not like real meat. It is like processed crap. I don't know what's in
So
there, but it's
good.
bad.
So good.
So
That should be hidden again. I think like next week.
I don't know.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Jesse, did you try the Mountain Dew Blackberry?
Yes, I have.
And
It's okay.
you heard it here first. folks.
I'm liking this year's Voodoo better than the other flavors that are out right now.
Did you try the gingerbread? I think it was Mountain Dew gingerbread last year. Or maybe that
I've
was
tried
one of the
different holiday, like they've done different like Christmas seasoning ones over the past like 15 or so years, like between Mountain Dew, Coke, Pepsi, and I'd rather just dip. Here's a weird thing. I dunk ginger snap cookies into cola, whether it's Dr. Pepper, Coke, Pepsi, whatever I have. Usually I only have Dr. Pepper, but if I'm somewhere, but like, because ginger snaps, they're hard, they're really crunchy. So I like to like soften them up a little, not soggy, like drippy, gross soggy, but just a little bit of, yeah.
Interesting.
But no,
But
I don't
I'm
think
weird
I
for
tried the Mountain
I'm
Dew.
weird for eating my Thanksgiving dinner all at once.
I will say I've never heard of
I didn't
anybody
say-
dipping stuff into soda, but
I didn't say it wasn't weird. I'm not claiming it's normal. I'm just saying it's what I do.
Now, like coffee.
I always had ginger snaps and hot cocoa.
Yeah, coffee or hot chocolate. I'll
Yes.
dip a cookie into there.
Yeah.
Can't pay me to drink coffee.
I'm sure I could. Everything's got a price, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I might not be able to afford to pay you to drink coffee. But
A
there's
dragon for a coffee?
Ooh.
No.
No.
If anybody wants me to drink coffee and they'll buy me a dragon, I will totally do it. So.
Thanks, Dylan. I think.
Okay.
Gross.
Are they really people though, Dylan? Are they really people?
They're just skin suit wearers.
It's just
Pickle
AI.
poppers are people too. That's what I'm calling those people that put pickles in soda. Pickle
okay.
poppers.
Here's something. I am not a pickle guy. Don't like pickles. Don't like them on my sandwich. Don't like them, just out of the jar or whatever. Don't like the circles. Don't like the spears. I'm just not a pickle guy.
Have you ever had fried pickles?
But you fry a pickle? Holy shit,
there
man.
you go. That's
Dude. Fried pickles and a little bit of ranch.
Oh yeah.
Gosh. Absolutely. Heck yeah.
Does anything taste bad deep fried though? I mean,
I don't know. I've heard some stuff fried that I've never had before. Like I've heard like the whole Twinkie thing and like Snickers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know about
I've never had any of that stuff, but I don't know.
yeah, I don't like pickles either, but I'll eat them. I mean,
I like funnel cake.
not a big deal.
Have you ever
Funnel
had
cake's
funnel
good.
cake?
That's a weird shift from pickles, but
Here's the thing
Well,
with
fried.
pickles,
Make it fried.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with
Gotcha,
pickles,
gotcha.
though. I don't like them on my sandwiches, but I also hate telling them to hold the pickles. So I always just pull them off.
I love them.
And
I love
and you know, at some point, like years from now, there's going to be a pickle shortage, and they're going to be like, "Man, where did all these pickles go?" And it's just because I'm throwing them off on all my sandwiches. You know, I could save them. I could just tell them, "Hey, don't put the pickles on there." But I don't know. I don't want to bug them. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be that guy where they're doing their thing and they got their pattern of doing it every time, and they're like, "Oh, this guy doesn't want the pickles," you know, and. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
I don't know. If somebody puts a pickle on the sandwich, I'm eating it. I'm not going to go through the effort of pulling it off there.
Pickles on sandwiches to me are disgusting. I like pickles. I like dill pickles. I don't like, what do they call them? The bread and butter, the sweet
Oh,
pickles.
sweet pickles. Me and Greg, I can just eat sweet pickles. I can just pull them out of the jar and just eat them. Oh, they're
Blake,
delicious.
you're about to get kicked out of the chat.
Actually, I will say
I love
make
sauerkraut.
I make a sauerkraut soup that is amazing. It doesn't taste like
saying
sauerkraut,
words.
and it's
I don't-
so good.
Dude, you take sauerkraut and you put it on your hot dog with ketchup
Listen.
and mustard. Oh, it is.
I eat raw potatoes, but I'm not that German. So I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, sauerkraut's good. I
And
make
my
a
mom-
sauerkraut soup that is amazing. You guys
That's
don't.
a-
Even,
I don't believe you. I'm
That
sorry,
sounds
Joe. I
good.
will never
I'm
try it.
not a liar, Jesse. You should.
My
be-
mom growing up, we
Trust
had
me.
sauerkraut and sausage all the time. Like
Sausage good, sauerkraut no.
You know, I've noticed this, Dylan. That the pickle flavor in different things, like pickle flavor this and pickle flavor that. I don't get it, but I don't know.
Pickles on the side, not on the sandwich. The only place I will eat pickle on a sandwich is Dave's
Pickle
Hot Chicken.
juice on fries. Okay, all right. I mean,
sure,
It's
I don't know.
vinegar. It's just vinegar fries.
love it. I do love
I
a good
saw
salt and
pickle
vinegar.
balls, like cheese balls, but pickles.
I think Dylan's just making stuff up. If you
Dylan's
want us
so
to pull
hot
out
right
the
now.
comments, we will.
Dylan
Dylan, you
finds
don't have
the
to
parts-
just make stuff up.
I don't think he's making stuff up. I think 'cause he sends me some stuff. I don't remember seeing the pickle balls, but
He
like
sends you balls.
no, he sends me
Are
stuff
pickles?
that's like from the dark parts of the internet that like
I don't know about father son, but here's why I do think that Jesse and Dylan might be related. They both have like stupid knowledge about shit that nobody should ever know or care about. That they'll just
Yep.
like pull out of nowhere and go, well, actually, they have this, blah, 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 blah. IMAX actually came out in 1981 and had a good following in the late 80s and really picked up steam in the 90s before getting super popularized in the 2000s.
Accurate.
Oh my god.
I do like a whiskey pickle shot at a bar. Those are really good too.
Oh,
With pickle
I
juice.
don't know what that is.
It's like an Irish shot. You use like
Onion
Jameson
vinegar
whiskey.
sounds really
Pickle
good.
juice in the okay. Well, Dylan just shared this with us. So
Did you know that
That's not a real thing.
Vlasic pickleballs.
Oh, they're corn puffs.
Corn puffs.
We don't do puffs.
oh, like cheese, I thought he was talking about like you go to a fancy party
Yeah.
and they're kind of pretentious, so they put out like the ball of cheese.
Yeah.
You like dip
What
your
the fuck are
crackers
you
in.
shopping, Dylan?
I don't think those are a real product either, though. I think that's just
Isn't that looked like a paddle, like a pickleball paddle,
It does.
like the sport.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Pickleballs.
Yeah.
I think that's made up.
Did you know that Velcro is inspired based off of a plant
Yes.
and a 2-inch square of actual like official Velcro, not just the hook and latch thing, but actual Velcro can hold up to 200 pounds.
Yes.
Dropping that knowledge, Jesse. Dropping
Blake
that
says
knowledge.
that those pickleballs are real and they sell them at Costco. So another reason Costco's better than Sam's, I guess.
In Joe World, they don't exist. No balls for me, thanks.
Unless somebody sends me their balls, they don't exist.
All right. Okay.
7-Eleven.
Well,
I'm gonna go check out.
I'm sure you saw a lot of things at 7-Eleven.
yeah.
Please don't put it all in the comments.
Hey, kid, come here. Let me show you this.
Hey, little boy.
Yeah.
Pickle balls, anyone?
All right. Is it
Pickled
time
balls.
for lightning round?
Sure.
Okay. I just got to say, we've been doing this for what, year and a half now, something like that. Lightning round is my favorite time. I love lightning round. So
You say that.
And Blake is right. Our
Yeah.
chat is effing hilarious.
yeah, all 13 of you are amazing.
Hey, the best 13, right?
Fucking Legion's ladies with 500 subscribers and $100 in super chats. We got 13 people on a Friday
needs
night
them?
fucking talking pickles and whiskey.
Yeah, but they actually like prepare for their show and have guests and all that kind of stuff. Who wants to go through all that effort?
Exactly.
Mhm.
All
I
right,
got
dude.
an 11.
Oh, yeah.
this
No,
morning.
actually, that's right. 12, because I'm watching the
That's
show.
well, there you go.
And I'm watching the show.
Oh,
Where are we starting, Dooch?
I was trying to pull. I'll just share this whole screen. Fuck it.
Lightning round.
Ka-chow.
All right. So you can answer this. Well, first, what kind of order do we have here? So I guess Jeff, you'll be going first. So Jeff, Jesse, Joe, Curtis, then back.
I just want to say your microphone in the camera makes you look very professional, according to Joe.
Thank you.
So,
If I did it-
according to Legion's Lounge, thank you very much. That wasn't my idea.
So you can answer this one of two ways. One, either with your partner, or two, if this was at Legion's Con next year. Okay. Are any of you
What partner?
using, huh?
What partner?
well, let's.
Your
I think
significant
your-
other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I guess I'll just dip out of this one.
Or if they have these at Legion's Con next year.
Okay.
Okay.
Ask
So
the
you know how we all have to use the bathroom, but obviously you don't want to stop the amazing conversations you're having either with your spouse or say you're having like Jesse and Joe at Legion's Con are having a good discussion. If you have the nice love toilet here, which is two toilets connected but facing in opposite directions, so that you can still look at each other and carry on the conversation while taking care of your business.
Okay.
Jeff, you're up.
Would I use it?
Would you use this with a partner of any sort?
No.
No, there's
No.
nobody.
No.
Okay.
I can stop a conversation and take care of this.
But why do you want that? Jesse,
Get the fuck away from me. This is the only time I can be truly alone. Go away.
Yeah, this is the peaceful moment in life.
No, absolutely 100% hard no. All the way.
That is exactly how I expected Jesse to answer. Joseph.
I mean, I don't care, but you ain't gonna find a partner that would hang in there with me for very long. Sorry. It's just I'm
Curtis.
lactose intolerant. I eat too much hot sauce. I mean, it's just there's just nobody. You're not gonna find anybody hardcore enough to hang with me. It's not happening.
Challenge accepted. Curtis, up to you.
So I've actually brought this up with Darla, and she's a big fat no on this one. But if this was at Legion's Con and I was in a middle of a really interesting conversation with somebody, we both had to go at the same time.
Right, it works.
I mean, we're still talking toys, or we have a whatever. We got a deep conversation going, but we both are hitting that little rumbly and the tumbly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why not? For sure.
All right.
How many people, and this is interesting for the chat, I wonder, how many people are sitting on the toilet watching us on their phone right now? It's basically happening. It's basically happening.
True. Yeah. I mean, like, for instance, okay, Emil, Joe, Elijah, there's people that I only will see once a year. So if I'm in the middle of a deep conversation and we both have to go, why stop the conversation? Let's keep this thing rolling, man. Legion's Con 24/7.
Trevor's got it. We can pop and swap figures while we're pooping on this.
Pooping and swapping.
Pooping and swapping. I love it.
I'm just gonna say this. I have never in my life had a conversation remotely close to interesting enough to warrant this. And I've had some really great conversations, but it's bad enough. All right, part of this is an embarrassment thing. It's bad enough if I'm sitting at D&D with my friends like I was tonight and my stomach is rumbling. I just ate. I'm not hungry. Yeah. Why is my stomach trying to summon a pod of blue whales off the Pacific Northwest? You don't know them. Why are you talking to them? They're not going to answer back. Yeah. And everybody turns and looks at me and it's I'm sorry, I can't help it. Curtis has shared a hotel room with me. Joe has shared a hotel room with me. Dooch has shared a hotel room with me. I don't know what you guys have heard, but you have heard me say, or at least I've tried to say, I'm sorry for what's about to happen when I've gotten to the bathroom.
Yeah, big Greg.
Greg is enjoying us right now on the toilet.
Yeah.
I will one up you on this, Dooch. Not only would I use this with somebody at Legion's Con, I would do it in the middle of the lobby. Like if they set this up where the dragon was at, and this was there, and we're around a group of people, we're all having a conversation, and I would use this with another person in the lobby.
All right. Yeah, so me and Curtis this year. This is where we're gonna have our meeting of the minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually found these images because I brought up this idea to my wife, and then I'm like, surely somebody else has come up with this idea. But yeah,
and
so
is she kicking you out, and is that why you're looking for a partner to share this? So you have somewhere to go.
Well, she was the same as Curse's wife. She was a big fat hell no, not in a million years. So yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. These are natural bodily functions. Exactly. I know I've been out working cattle on the farm, and when you got to go, and nobody's judging you. You just, You go behind a bush, but it's it's Nevada.
Look,
There's sagebrush.
I get
You're
judged
not hiding
constantly.
anything.
Here's the thing though. Like Darla's one of those folks. Like I've been married to her now for it's going on 11 years in a month now, a month or two. But she's never farted in front of me, like not once in 11 years.
That's weird.
Now there's been a couple sneak out in the bedroom when she's asleep, but when she's awake, like won't even fart.
My old lady's the same way. We've been together almost like a month away from 5 years, and she's never farted in front of me either.
Yeah,
and I don't know why, because I fart in front of her all the time.
For sure. Like you can't hold
no
that stuff
mercy.
in. That's not good for you.
It's not healthy. Yeah,
You can.
Just let it go.
Yeah,
Let it go.
yeah. If you don't let it out the one end, it's going to come out the other, and
Yep.
I'm just not gonna. I love myself too much to hold that stuff inside. Like,
That was one of our first icebreakers when my wife and I started dating ish.
Was you farting on her?
Not farting on her.
Did you pull the
Not
Dutch
farting-
oven?
Not farting on her. I farted and I was like, "Are we there yet?" And she's like, "I guess we are." And then we just
Hey, there you go.
have no problem farting in front of each other at all.
Blake, she's asleep on the low seat right now, so
Darla doesn't watch this.
she won't watch it.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead, Jesse.
I don't trust my farts.
I've had
I end up
those for sure.
Going to the nice thing about going to Legion's Con or conventions is like my stomach gets travel anxiety. So like even if I try to go to the bathroom half the time, it doesn't. It just waits until I'm home, and then it's like, oh. But
Well, that probably sucked that me and the McCoys followed you home then.
So
He got home and his stomach was like, shit, we still have to wait.
But I go to the bathroom and I don't care. I'm oversharing. I don't care. I go to the bathroom multiple times at work during the day because it's like, is this just a fart? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't afford to take that chance.
sure.
And because once you shit your pants at work, like that's it. Like that's the only thing you will ever be known for.
Do you guys want to hear a shitting your pants at work story?
Absolutely.
Always.
Because I've got one and it's one of my favorites.
Sure.
So I got to work. I go to work at my work starts at 6 a.m. So it was still dark. I got up and I got to work. It's about 1:45. Get out of my truck. I cough like this. No exaggeration. Right? That's it. Totally shit my pants. Right? And I just got to work. So just the smallest cough. It was horrible. So I hurry into our break room, right, to use the restroom, try and clean up. They have respirator wipes in there, these alcohol-based respirator wipes.
Real quick though, was it were you able to like clamp and like stop it, or is this just
no, it wasn't like a full poo, but it was like
you're waddling at this point, like trying to get in there.
Yeah, I had a pretty tight clinch on it, yeah, for sure. Gotcha. So I get in there and I think, because it's going to be an offensive odor if I don't do something to clean it up. I can't just wipe it with a wet paper towel. They have these alcohol-based respirator wipes. So I take these respirator wipes. I go and clean myself up, right? The alcohol in the respirator wipes burn my ass. Like full on red cheeks, ass burn. Okay. I worked a 12-hour shift with a burnt ass. When I got home that night, that was the best shower that I've ever had in my life. It was so painful. And that hydrocodone cream, there was a tube in my medicine cabinet that was, since my kids were little, so it was probably like 10 years old. And I was just rubbing that stuff on my ass cheeks just for some kind of relief.
Sure.
From my alcohol burned ass. So there's my pooping yourself at work. But I didn't go home like a little crybaby. Ooh, I pooped my pants. I got to go home. I toughed it out and worked a 12-hour shift with a burnt ass.
And yeah, sure, they call him shit pants Joe from now on.
Oh, I didn't tell a single person because the supervisor I had at the time, if you called in sick, he would just tell everyone that you shit your pants. Even if you were like, I'm throwing up and I can't go to work, he would just tell everybody like Joe shit his pants and won't be in today. So
I'd rather someone
one
lie and nope, I'm not going to finish that sentence. That's going to get clipped.
Goodness.
So,
almost got
see, that's a true story.
To me, that's a great cover up, though. If he's always telling people that people shit their pants,
right? No one's gonna believe it.
Right? Nobody's gonna believe it. So that would be the one time that you could actually go to him and say, "Hey, I shit my pants. I'm leaving." And then if he tells people, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, whatever." You
Yeah,
probably,
you always fucking say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect cover. Great story.
I mean, that's definitely a better option than actually. Yeah. Sorry.
Have you ever had those moments where you fart and there's some moisture down there? You think you might have shit yourself, and then it turns out you're just really sweaty.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I work outside in the desert
check,
in the
and it's just
So yeah,
my ass is just really.
You got that swamp ass.
Yeah, but you don't really know. Like you're like, okay,
you're never sure.
I'm not positive. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right. That was lightning round question number 1.
That was not very lightning like, but yeah, we got through it.
That was lightning for us, so but
that was really slow lightning.
It was
that one got out of hand.
Good as I thought it would be. All right. Even if you're not, imagine you're living in a house that has an attic. Okay. You go up into your attic for whatever. What would you rather find living there? 1,000 cockroaches or a person?
I'm sorry. I just found out that my hair comes off of my pop. All right. So I need to hear the question again because I was like, what the hell? My hair came off. My ponytail is right here.
You have a house with an attic. You go up to your attic to check something.
Yeah.
What would you rather find living up there? 1,000 cockroaches or a person? Jeff, you're up. Go. Lightning
1,000
round.
cockroaches.
Jesse?
I'd rather die than find 1,000 cockroaches.
Joe?
Agreed. 1,000 cockroaches. Yeah. Without any specifics about the person.
Yes, I'm with Trevor. A person, like you get rid of them, and then
No, he didn't give specifics about the person.
I don't care who the person is.
How many people have you gotten rid of, Trevor?
I don't care. I don't care who the person is. If I kick a person out of my house, I'm not going to have to worry. Is there like a small person that I can't see that's still up there? Like cockroaches, even if I cleared out all 1,000 of them, I'm always going to think that there's a cockroach there for the rest of my days. Like I would, the thought of a cockroach would drive me insane. So yeah, I would much rather it be a person. I would figure it out. Maybe they're a cool person. Who knows? Maybe I want to hang out with them. Maybe I want to take a shit with them together next time. Yeah.
If they're that cool, I'm going with the person too. But yeah.
That's what I was also thinking, Blake. When
no one is that cool.
Like Blake says, what if it was a hot woman? Look,
I don't care what person it is.
Why would a hot woman be in your attic? That thought never.
I don't know what kind. I don't know what kind of Google searches you're.
I would rather William Robert Post be living in my attic than cockroaches. I don't care what person it is.
Right, next, please move on. And
we got to get Dooch's answer.
Question. No, we don't.
All right, last question.
Dude, you got to give your answer. Come on.
The roaches. The fucking person would creep me the fuck out. He's been sitting up there watching me fucking spank it all this whole time. Like,
where are they going to the bathroom? Are they shitting up there? They're not using my
shit
bathroom.
Up there, or are they sneaking down when I'm not there?
They're using Curtis's shared toilet. We
okay.
That already.
Let me do you one better. I would rather find a person living up there than one cockroach.
I think Curtis just doesn't like
much I don't
cockroaches.
Curtis really wants a friend to use the love toilet with.
That's how much I don't want a cockroach to be up there, because if I see one, I'm going to think there's thousands of them all over that I can't see. So
People are the same way.
Fair enough. All right. Last question. Lightning round. Don't worry, Jesse. No insects, no people, no toilets. And this is one that's actually come up in conversation lately, and I found out that there's a different way to do this than I'm used to.
Oh boy. Last time
So
the sit or stand to wipe.
Right. That was the last time. So when you guys are making peanut butter and jelly, do you do peanut butter on one bread, jelly on the other, and then smash the bread together? Or do you do a layer of peanut butter, a layer of jelly on the same side, and then put the clean piece on top?
What kind of fucking animal puts both on the same
You are
bread?
not first. Jeff is first. Opposite.
I don't care.
Separate
That is
sides.
fucking
On
crazy.
separate sides.
Yeah. Nobody's going to say that.
Surprise! I put them
Trevor
on the
said-
same side.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You fucking animal. Lawrence was
I
right.
wiped the knife.
You-
I wiped the
you
knife
murder
on
pets.
the what? No.
I told you this is the next stand or sit. You don't realize there's this other segment of the population out there.
I knew there were other people that did it the other way. I just don't give a shit.
You do you, boo. That's why we asked.
Exactly.
That is fucking crazy. That is
Joseph?
fucking crazy.
Separate sides. Just never considered it doing it a different way.
Curtis, how about you?
Separate sides, because I'm not fucking mental. Like you put it on the one side, you get your knife full of the one thing and you do it, and then you get your knife full of the other thing and you do the other side. You don't put them together like an animal. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy talk.
I am not only
Wait,
am
how
I
thin is your bread, Dylan? That jelly makes your bread soggy. You need
How
to buy
much-
some better bread,
how
my
much
friend.
jelly
How
is he
much
putting
jelly
on
are
there?
you
He's putting the
using?
freaking half cup of jelly on there.
No wonder
This-
Jesse has to keep buying so much jelly for you.
This is an abomination.
Yeah.
tried-
I don't know. I used to
begged
eat that
my
stuff
mom
with
for
just a
this as
spoon.
kid.
Was it
Oh,
beg
come
for
on,
it.
Joe. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Just eat it right out of the jar with a spoon. It's
And
good.
then they made it into a squeeze bottle. Like you could squeeze the
did.
peanut butter with the jelly.
Goobers. Thank you. Yes, goobers.
Uh,
So I am
Disgusting.
I'm an opposite side, jelly one side, peanut butter the other side. After hearing that there was this other way that people do it, this past week when I made my kids their sandwiches for school, the day they had peanut butter and jelly, I did it on the same side. Getting
then your
that
kids
jelly to spread was the hardest damn thing I've ever, because it's like with the peanut butter and it's not going smoothly. So yeah,
What sort of molasses jelly are you using?
Peanut-
Welch's grape.
Jelly is not meant to be spread on peanut butter. It's meant to be spread on bread. So yeah.
I've been doing it that way my whole life, and I've never had a problem with it.
So,
okay.
and it looks like Trevor put a third option here where he does peanut butter on both sides, but then jelly also on both. You gotta clarify. How are you putting the jelly on then?
Yeah.
From seeping through the bread.
Right. What
I
kind of
think
bread are you
everybody's
guys
using-
using?
How long are you like? Here's the
That's
thing.
like
When I was a
what
kid,
Dylan
I would
said.
take a jar of peanut butter and a jar of jelly to school with a knife, and my bread would get smashed into my lunchbox because it was those stupid plastic lunchboxes. Because I can't eat a pre-made peanut butter jelly and sandwich.
wow.
Yeah, you can't
It
make it
has
ahead
to
of
be-
time.
It has to be fresh on the plate I'm eating on.
Really?
Yeah, you can't.
No,
you
I
can't,
always-
you
we'd
can't
always
have it
make-
sit around.
Dude, we made them
No,
the
like-
night before, put them in the
No,
lunchbox, put them
come
in
on,
the
man.
fridge.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, you
Yeah.
got to make it and eat it, man. In fact, I will say my preferred method would be to toast the bread first and then make it.
Those are the best.
not a super toast, but like
No.
a little just
Just to give it some rigidity.
yes, just a little rigidity, but definitely not
Get a
the night
little
before.
excited.
The night before is like Like that's ridiculous.
10 minutes before is too long.
I don't know. Like back when I was young, I'd make like 5 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the whole work week. Just throw them in my lunchbox. I don't give a
For
shit.
the week?
Yeah, you're done.
And then I'm done.
Right.
I just throw a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a bag of chips in my lunchbox, and I'm ready to go.
Done.
And where do you put that sandwich between the time you make it and the time you take it to work on Thursday?
In the refrigerator.
Yeah, you just put it in the fridge.
My
God. And that would get soggy?
Yeah, it would get a little bit soggy.
Yeah.
It's sustenance.
It's still
I'm not at the mine drinking my cup of tea going, ew, yes.
Yeah.
I want my sandwiches cut into perfect little squares
out of a jar with a spoon. He doesn't care if it's soggy.
I don't care.
He can just drink it. He's okay.
It's sustenance.
Yeah.
Fuel for the fire.
And then you smash the chips on top of it. You mix it all together, and you just
Sometimes you crush up the bag of chips and just drink it like a man.
You make your smoothie.
If you're gonna cut a square sandwich, do you cut it right down the middle or in the triangle?
I don't cut my sandwiches.
It depends if I'm feeling fancy or not.
Eat 'em.
If I'm feeling fancy, I go the cross cut. If not, I just do the up down.
No, cross cut definitely.
Who cuts their freaking sandwiches? Jesus Christ!
Peanut butter and
Just
jelly
eat it.
sandwiches anymore. Yeah.
Actually, when my kids were like little or like,
all right, so you're all making
like
fun of me. Go ahead, Matt.
I was just gonna say when they were in like kindergarten, I would actually cut them into like 4 triangles. So you cut them across and across again. So they had 4 little triangles.
What kind of useless
like
knowledge bullshit Jesse related thing is this to say? The pinky up.
That's actually a thing. That's
I
true.
get it. I get it. I'm sure that it is some sort of stupid knowledge thing that nobody should have that you and Dylan both have, but like
Dylan,
okay.
Teacups have small little rings. You put your pinky up because you can't fit all your fingers. It's not a coffee cup. Like, I don't. Yeah, what the hell, man? Have I accidentally had syphilis and never knew it?
Apparently.
Anyways,
you just tuck it under.
There we go, Trevor. Just shove the food in your mouth. That's it. If you're eating for pleasure at work,
when Joe makes chocolate milk, he just pours chocolate syrup in his mouth and then pours milk in his mouth. And
no, chocolate powder in my powder, not syrup, chocolate powder, and then right from the cow's tit, just suck on it.
Oh, takes his head back and forth.
You got to squeeze.
How does that
get up
work?
high
Like,
to knock the milk
is
loose.
the cow
and then
like up, or are you like pouring
on
the
a
powder in your
table?
mouth
Yeah, I'm
on
not
the
an
ground?
animal. Yeah, you put the cow on a table. I'm not an animal. Jeez.
Well, at least there's that.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow.
You think you know somebody, and then lightning round up.
Are you guys really surprised by anything that I say? Really?
I was more surprised by Jesse putting them both on the same side. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's how I was taught how to make it.
It's you know what? And I didn't think that it was going to go this way, Dooch. I thought it would all be people that were normal. It did end up very much similar to the sitting down or standing up to wipe. Like, who the fuck is standing up to wipe their ass? Like,
no, it's who the fuck is sitting down to wipe their ass.
No, it is not.
On this one.
Jeff was afraid we were going to ask him if he sits or stands, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm out of here."
Like, I'm out. This is my birthday weekend. I don't have to put up with this shit.
What the fuck am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Boy.
Lightning round.
Fucking bird.
Fun for all ages.
He had to go tell Liz. He's like, I don't know what I signed up for. This is kind of crazy. Exactly, Elijah. Exactly. Fucking, I don't know.
Diabolical.
Man. People are fucking standing up to wipe. They're putting peanut butter and jelly on one side. I mean, you may have just throw the other fucking piece of bread away. You don't even need it. You already made a sandwich. Just fold it in half and you're ready to go. Fucking putting them on the same piece of bread. What the
apocalypse is already here.
Piece of bread is what? It's a hat. Like it's a hat to put on top of the sandwich you just made. Like,
I mean, we used to have to do that when you get that because there always seemed to be an odd number of slices in a loaf.
Exactly,
of bread.
Trevor. How does it work? How do you stand and what? Like, what do you?
How do you sit and wipe? Where does your hand go?
You reach back behind you and you fucking wipe.
And
While
you
you're
hit the
sitting there
toilet?
with your cheeks spread, not standing up, cheeks closed, and now you're trying to dig into that crevice. Like, come on, what are you doing?
Trevor, love
Man.
toilet. Next Legion's Con, I'll show you exactly how it all works. So
Shower wand.
Never
Oh,
sharing a
boy.
bathroom.
just stomp it down the
urine.
drain.
Yeah. You stand at a 45
Awful.
and go digging. Fuck. God.
Stand and slightly. Okay.
Oh man.
Guys,
If you're gonna slightly squat, just stay sitting. It's the same fucking thing. There's no reason to squat. There's no reason to stand and squat. Just you're already squatted. You're sitting on a fucking chair. Just reach back and fucking wipe. What the fuck are you standing to squat?
I don't know what sort
I tell
of
you what,
toilets you're
I could-
using
I
that
could
have
do
that
this,
sort of
but I'm gonna
access.
stand up and then do the same fucking thing. What? You were just in that position. You were
so
just there.
it's now been like 2 years, hundreds of episodes, and we're still this was episode 1.
Right,
of
right,
OffWorld.
Rosedale. You stand up and everything closes together. What the fuck? Exactly.
I love that this conversation is still going on, just so we're clear.
I burned my ass once with an alcohol wipe.
I heard that.
OffWorld!
Some of you have never broken a toilet seat and fallen off the toilet, and it shows.
Truth.
If that's the trauma that led you into the person you are today, then so be it. All right. Jeff, where can people find you?
He's like, not here. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No longer. No. 1.0 out, not for me, but 2.0. I'm Cosmic Jeff. If you haven't joined the Cosmic Cabal, please do so. And every other Tuesday, you can find me doing my Cosmic Contacts, which is a pseudo spin-off of Mythic Minute that Jesse Arnold started. We like.
You're welcome, Trevor.
In your nightmares. We like to talk about cosmic legions, anything sci-fi or space related, space things related, and it's always on the opposite Tuesdays of Legion's Lair. So go watch Legion's Lair when I'm
There
not
you go.
on.
And Jeff is also the Legend Daddy. So if you're interested in joining that group, you can hit him up. Also, if you're interested in any sort of leather, wearing leather, hats, vests, a lot of things without
Trench coats.
sleeves for some reason. But yeah, any kind of leather, let him know. He'll help you out. So
Man, shitting yourself while wearing leather pants must be awful.
Why? It just
Depends,
slides right out.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Joe, tomorrow night, Oz's.
Yeah. That's my expectation.
All right. Oz's tomorrow.
I got a quick joke.
Yeah, have at it.
Did you know diarrhea is hereditary?
Because it runs in your genes.
Because it runs in your genes.
No, I did not know that. What I did know that the best way to get rid of diarrhea is to make it gone and just get some gonorrhea. So
Is that a Dylan joke? Do you do that with your pinky up?
Dooch, where can people find you at?
You can find me in my basement most times. And yeah, over on Legends of Grayskull, we got some good stuff going on there with the NYP series. The toys are going to be dropping soon. And I do just want to say real quick here, actually, I don't love it when the shit is so perfect that you wipe and there's nothing there, because I wipe more because I feel like I'm missing it, and it's a fucking trick. So I actually hate it when that happens, because
But as a magician,
it's like, no, there has to be something there, and I end up wiping more. So
okay.
Also, Trevor, Jeff and I are going to be on Legion's Lounge on Monday.
Yeah, and me as well.
That seems like a surprise to Joe. I don't think he knew he was going to.
Yeah, I will also be there, or at
You're
least
not
I'll
a
be
first
available
timer.
if Trevor needs me. So it was my first time there seeing a dragon. All right, Jesse, where can people find you, sir?
Huh? I don't know. Wherever the wind may blow. Shooting the Shelf Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern with my buddy Curtis. This week we've got Emil Wickman, Nate Strong, and Vernon Gibbs talking about their Christmas books. That the two different books from the. Come watch the show and you'll find out. Mythic Minute Thursday nights. I just kind of ramble for 30 minutes in the Cabal.
It's fun.
Other places, other times, whenever we'll get back to Legion's Quest soon with a live episode, I believe is the plan, because it's supposed to be a pretty kicking event on the next episode of Legion's Quest. So stay tuned to the Legend Daddies channels on Facebook and the Let's Go Offworld podcast YouTube channel. Like, subscribe and sign up for all the notifications so you know and you don't miss out on the next episode.
And also on that Just Shelve It YouTube channel, there's there's like Wednesday one shots. We've got some Rats episodes. We've had a couple really popular Rats episodes lately. So yeah, check that stuff out as well. They're a lot of fun.
You have.
And sorry.
Nobody likes my Rats videos as much as they like yours. I even tried to mimic my screen to like look my cover image to look like yours this past week, and
yeah. You know what? So that started like the Rats videos with the screen thing. Real quick, sorry, story time. My daughter was like, "Hey, you should do it like those people that are like the clickbaity stuff where it's like with arrows and circles and different things." And it's like, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't want to do all that. She's like, well, just send me the picture that you took. And I sent it to her. This is the first one. I think it was the one with when I did like the paint supplies and stuff. And then she sent it back with like all those arrows and all that shit. I was like, I just thought it was funny, so I used it.
See, that's what I missed. I didn't put arrows and question marks on it. I just did like similar font and layout.
Yeah.
I
also like that the triangle that we've got, the Just Shelve It. I like the one that's blue. I might need to get some pens with that just because I like it. But
yeah, do it.
Yeah. I just re-upped, just FYI, I re-upped on our Just Shelve It pens, or Shooting the Shelf pens. So they should be coming in soon. So, all right. And you can see me wherever the fuck I am. I'll be on PGG tomorrow night for sure. On Shooting the Shelf on Sunday and wherever else. And hopefully this weekend I'll be finishing up my customizing studio and be able to give you guys a tour and do all that kind of cool stuff. So I think actually I won't be able to finish this weekend because I think my chair is coming in on Tuesday, but I'll keep working on it. So, all right. All right. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Might just be hemorrhoids.
All right. Well, until next time, thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching on the replay, whatever it is that you did. And we will see you next time on the Offworld.
Woo!
And Joe Gonzalez. Special guest, Jeff Ray Evans.